went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investors to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say trap a perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meech. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone.
What's good? What's good? What's good, family? It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trappin. Welcome to another episode of Trappin Tuesday, man. Man, let's go. Let's go. All right, so listen. You know we're going to start off first by just saying that without y'all, there is no us, man. We want to tell y'all thank y'all for just tuning in each and every week. We want to tell y'all thank y'all for either watching us at work, watching us at home, watching us in your living room, watching us in the bedroom, watching us in the kitchen while you're cooking, having us on the dashboard while you're moving around just so you can hear it in real time. I'm telling you, every one of those ways, man, we want to just say thank you. We want to say we appreciate you. We want to say that, we just honor y'all, man, because we know in a world full of noise and distractions, like, it's important. It shouldn't be looked lightly when people bring you in. And we don't take that for granted. Myself, my team, anybody. So again, we want to just say thank y'all again. Let's. All right, man. So I got something that's really good. I thought about this today, man. As I was thinking about myself and I was thinking about just the things that I've had to endure on my journey and what happens when you get everything you prayed for, but then you are still unprepared, right? Like, what happens when you get everything that you prayed for, but then you are still unprepared? And so I came up with this idea, this terminology of financial repercussions. Right? It's when you get the things you prayed for, and it's what happens when you get the things you actually worked for, but you still are unprepared. Not from the perspective that you're not ready for, embrace it, but what happens is there are things that happen when you accomplish the goals. There are things that happen when you get what you prayed for. There are things that happen when you walk in purpose. There are things that happen when you decide to be the leader of your family. There's things that happen when you make the decision to be the first generation millionaire, and there's no one that you can talk to in your circumference that you can get ideas from. And so now you have to endure, you have to face forward, you have to embrace the financial repercussions. Yeah. So everybody that's listening right now, everybody who's watching me right now, I want you to understand something. Like, you didn't choose this game because you thought it was fun. Nope, there's a lot of things that you could have did that was fun. You chose this game because you said, this game, this market, this the one that can change my life. I choose freedom, right? I choose financial freedom. I choose opportunity. I choose not to be a slave to the system. I choose not to be, what's the word I want to use here? I choose not to be chastised by one paycheck. I choose not to be a slave to the clock. I choose not to have to work hours and hours and hours to get I choose not to keep changing my time for money. I choose not to be depressed every time I look at my bank account. I choose not to put money in my savings and then a month later, I got to take it out of my savings because something happened to me in my life and now I don't got no more savings. I choose something different. You chose this game not because it was fun. You chose this game because you feel like it was a way out. You chose this game because you say, this is a way out. But I often think about my ancestors, right? And when they made that decision to say, yo, I'm leaving the plantation, right? That's a bold decision, right? It's a bold decision when you say, man, I'm getting chills right now. It's a bold decision when you say, I'm about to leave a plantation, yo, because here's the thing. Everybody that won't lead a plantation ain't got what it takes to lead a plantation. Oh, I got a name. The Repercussions of Freedom. Golly. Golly. All right, so watch this. You make the decision, like they made a decision to say, hey, yo, listen, I don't know what's out there, but it gotta be better than this. Right? I don't know what's out there, right? But it gotta be better than this. It gotta be better than sleeping the way I'm sleeping. It gotta be better than eating the way I'm eating. It gotta be better than being talked to the way I'm being talked to. It gotta be better than being able to see this man take my child. It gotta be better than seeing this man take my wife. It gotta be better. It gotta be better than picking cotton and making money for somebody else. It gotta be better than picking tobacco and giving it to. It gotta be better. It gotta be better than this. And if I think it's an inkling of being better than this, I'm willing to die for it. I'm willing to risk it all for it, right? And so in my mind, I'm like, yo, what happens when you make the decision to go for it, but you don't know what's out there, right? You only have an idea of what freedom looked like. You only have a vision of what freedom looked like. You only have an imaginary feeling of what freedom feel like. Right? And so I can envision them like plotting. I can envision them strategizing. And I can envision them saying it, and then somebody keeps having a question about what could go wrong. Somebody keep having a doubt. Somebody keep having a fear. Somebody keep having a what if. And I'm not mad at them because you don't know what's out there. And what you do know is, at least here, you're alive. At least here you're alive. And there's an old saying that what you don't know can kill you. Right? So what you don't know can kill you. Right? And so I can only imagine a person, like they sit down and like, yeah, we're going to go here, we're going to go here, we're going to go here, we're going to go here. And there's a person like, hey, man, what if the dogs come? Because we done seen a lot of them come from you done seen the dogs bring a bunch of them back, bro. And all right, well, what if the horses come in? But what if that person ain't there to help us? But what do we do if this happened? And I can imagine somebody on the other side like, nah, bro, listen, we gonna deal with all that. We gonna get, but the other, he's like, hey, like the fear has him shackled. And so they go. He built up the strength, he built up the endurance, he built up the wherewithal, he prayed for it, and he get there. I'm gone. You say we leaving at 2 o'clock in the morning, we gone. We running. What about the cold nights though? What about the coyotes? What about the wolves? Because oftentimes plantations were so ducked off, you had to deal with the wildlife. So you had to go through swamps with alligators, and you had to go through snakes and dogs chasing you and dog catchers. That's the repercussions by having to go through it, right? Poison ivy. So the financial repercussions is the same. Like you ain't get into this game because you just felt like, yeah, I just want to get into the stock market one day. You had a reason, something that said, hey, yo, financially, we got to do better. Right? Like I like my job, but I got to do better. Right? I see what's going on here. And matter of fact, I saw some people that's free. And I kind of like what that looked like. I can only imagine what that feel like. I ain't talking about the fake free. I remember I was in the hood, and I remember walking around like, damn, like they smiling different, something going right in their life. And I remember I had my first taste of freedom, and I realized that, damn, my skin looked different than my people that still, yup. My walk a little different. Damn. I might even smell a little different. That's why when that boy said, boy, you smell like money, I get it. You smile a little different. Your eye twinkle a little different. That's why when you watch the Django and say, hey, who that nigga on that nag? Hey, because he know, hey, that's what freedom look like. Something free about him. So something gonna make you go. So you got in this game because of that. And so this game don't just, it entices you with the allurement of freedom, but there's so many repercussions behind it. There's so many emotions that you gotta manage. There's so much mentality that you gotta manage. There's so much expectation that you gotta manage. There's so much mentally that you gotta manage. There's so many words you gotta speak to yourself in order to play this game, to consistently not be profitable, but to maintain your sanity. Those are the financial repercussions that everybody can't talk to you about. And so when you play this game, yes, you gotta take the whelps on the back. You gotta take them. You gotta take the talking down on you and everybody look and see the market ain't right. Right? You gotta take the losses and say, hey, it was worth it. The losses is equivalent to you being stranded in the woods and maybe a dog bitching you, and they had to kill a dog before the owner came because they know I gotta kill a dog right now, because if I don't kill a dog, the bite ain't what's mad at me. It's what come after the bite if I get caught. Right? It ain't the bite. Like I'm a limp through this, but it's what's after the bite if I let them catch me. That ain't what I want to deal with. Right? So every loss is a bite. Yeah. It's the equivalent of you cut my foot off. Bet I still won't go. Imagine your foot getting cut and you still saying I choose freedom. Imagine you being so dedicated to freedom that it don't even matter what happened. You still, until you put me in a casket, I'm going for it. Financial repercussions. Until you lay me to bed, I'm going for it. That's what I got in me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't know what quit look like because I know too many people that surrendered to the pressure. I know too many people that wasn't willing to die for it. That was willing to play it safe. And that's what happens when you say, you know what? I'm going to just go back, fam. I'm going to go back. It ain't worth it. Man, I lost too much money, Trap. It ain't worth it. The Bitcoin keep going against me. It ain't worth it. The day trade going against me. The option trade going against me. The swing trade going against me. The future's going against me. It ain't worth it. That's the equivalent to you saying, hey, this the route to freedom. And you like, it cost me too much. You see the route, you see the path, but it's the repercussions. You keep wanting freedom to be free, not realizing it's the most expensive thing that you're gonna ever have to pay for. And you gotta keep paying for it every day, every night, every week, every month, every year, every decade, every generation, every century. You gotta keep paying for it. It ain't never, that's why when you say, that's too much money for one person, not that person thinking about generations that gotta come after them, because they know it only get worse. The future only get more expensive. It don't get cheaper. We ain't going back to 25-cent bag of chips. We ain't going back to 89-cent gallons of gas. We ain't going back to it only costs more in the future. What you mean? Financial repercussions. Are you willing to endure what it takes? Yeah. So tonight, man, I want to ask ourselves, are we willing to endure it, man? Is the freedom that we say we want worth going through the things that are non-negotiable? That's it. Let me say that again. Is the freedom that we say that we want, is it worth more than the things that we gotta go through to attain it, because those are non-negotiable? Ooh, that's good. I like that. Say it again one more time, because somebody ain't get it, right? I need you to, sometimes I'll say it too fast and you don't get it. Right, so I'm gonna slow it down, right? Watch me here. Is the freedom that you say you want, is it worth more than the things that you have to go through to attain it, because those things are non-negotiable. That's it. That's it. Now, I don't got nothing against nobody in work and a job, but here's what I want you to understand. Don't complain about what you got to go through for freedom, right? Watch me here. Don't complain about what you got to go through to get freedom. You can always just stay on your job. Right now, because I'm not even saying you got to quit the job to attain freedom. I'm saying stop complaining. Ooh, watch this. Stop Ooh, this is about to be heavy right here. My God. Stop complaining about your job if you're not willing to do what's necessary to attain your freedom. Yeah. All right? Because there's some slaves that was like, hey, bro, this me. I'm going to die. I'm going to pick the cotton. I'm going to do the stuff. I ain't really tripping. They're going to sell my kids. They're going to do that. Like, I don't like it. I don't have that, but I ain't about to go against that. So I'm going to just eat that. Right? And I'm going to build the resentment up in me. I'm going to hate the ball. I'm going to hate the master every time I see him. I'm going to hate the master. I'm going to hate his kids. I'm going to hate his children. I'm going to hate his wife. But I don't got what it take in me to lead a system. So I don't make no sense for me to complain about it. I'm gonna do what they can tell me, and I'm good. And I'm cool with that too, because everybody ain't built to run away. Oh. Everybody ain't built to run away. Everybody ain't built to run away. Everybody ain't built to bet on themselves. Everybody ain't built to be free. There's some repercussions behind it. Now here's the thing, here's the dope part about it, what I like about it, right? Like, if you run away and get caught, right, guess what? If they don't kill you, you get better at running the next time. So you gotta endure the torture. But ain't nothing you gonna do to me gonna take the will to be free out of me. All right, they used to call it like buck breaking, right? Like, I'm gonna break you. But here's what they realized something, like the real strong bucks, you gotta go on and kill them. Cause watch this, it's an asset, watch this, it's an asset that you can't control. All right, so some of the bucks, they had to say, hey, damn, I don't want, you know what? We got to offer. Cause every time he get a chance, he running for it. And guess what? He know, he or she, they have figured out how to get further and further every time. They one cart ride away. They one left turn away. They one can hold their breath and swim through the swamp away. I gotta go in and off them. I'm telling you, you gotta be willing to say, hey, as long as I got breath in my lungs, I'm running away. I don't care how many times you failed at trading. I don't care how many times you failed at business. I don't care how many times your real estate deals went bad. I don't care how many times. Recoup, go back. As long as you got breath in your lung, you supposed to be going for freedom. Don't you never settle. Don't you never put yourself in a financial situation and you see people out here making millions, making billions, making trillions. Don't you ever tell yourself that ain't for me. Don't you ever tell yourself, I just want enough to take care of me. No, you want abundance. You want it all. I ain't leaving nothing on the table. God said, hey, I already got the land for you, but you got to go get it. That's what he told Joshua. Hey, I got the land for you already, but you got to get the Canaanites out. You got to get them out. It's for you already. I gave it to you. Joshua said, hey, prepare the victuals. We gone. In 3 days. I'm going to give you 3 days to pack it all up. The victuals, everything you need. Shoes, clothes, water, food. Pack it up. 3 days. We out of here. And so when I look at myself, I look at the next thing he told Joshua. He said, hey, check this out. Everything you got over here, It's for you, but you can't enjoy it till you go get your brothers. You can't enjoy it till you go get them, because they deserve the same thing you got. I feel that in my heart. That's why I started this mission. I was cool with the financial repercussions. I was cool with learning the stuff I had. I was cool with never buying a building before. I was cool with making my first million and learning how to pay taxes on it. I was cool on learning how to expand my business, but I was cool on learning how I got to pay my people and don't pay myself. I was cool on it. That's the repercussions. It's cool, because when I get it right, guess what? This is how we do it. It's how we do it. So now I want you to think about the financial repercussion. And are you willing to endure everything it takes to get what's already promised you? It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trappin, man, episode 179. Let's go, y'all. Let's go, y'all. All right, man. How y'all feeling? I see my people in the chat. Man, smash the like button for your boy, man. Smash the like button. I see my people, man. Miss C, I see you. KT Tactical, I see you. Stony24, I see you. King of the Great, I see you. Belina, I see you. Double R, I see you. First Gen Millionaire, I see you. Pascal, I see you. King of the Great, I see you. Wallstreet Neil, I see you. Double R, I see you, family. Roxanne, I see you. Hey, don't go fast like that. Paul Bricks, I see you. Doug Perry, I see you. Larry Morgan, I see you. Let me throw my water. I see y'all. Kiara, I see you, love. Mr. VIP, I see you. Stu Gotti, I see you. Big Dates, I see you. Drift, I see you. The Greatness, I see you. Nate Higgins, I see you, family. Michael Baldwin, I see you, family. The DC The Collector, I see you, family. Yes, sir. Square Biz, I see you. Phoenix, I see you. Horace Mo 1, I see you. Let's get the likes up, family. Boss Life, I see you. Let's get the likes up for me. Palantir Queen, I see you. I think her name Christina. She in the group. I know that name anywhere. I see you. Shopper Fellas, I see you. Uncle T, I see you, Brody. Bishop Cameron Nelson, I see you. Thank you, family. Shelly Booker, I see you, family. Ernso, I think that's the name. I see you, family. Yeah. Shazam, I was about to say, where you at, brother? Shazam, I see you, man. Carolina Blue, I see you, family. Yes, sir. Leon Barnes, I see you. Hey, man, you got my name. You better be, come on now. King 305, I see you. Y'all going too fast. My eyes hurt. All right, man. So we got a great show ahead of us tonight, man. Got a lot of stuff we really want to cover that I think gonna be essential for us to talk about tonight. As we move out, as we get forward, as we keep building. Natalie, I see you, Queen. I appreciate you so much. Yes, sir. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. So tonight we're gonna talk about, we had a rocket. We had to shoot down a missile, cuz. Huh? Yeah, we had to shoot down a missile, man. We had to shoot down a missile. Iran. If I'm not mistaken, you know what I'm saying? We had to shoot down a missile. I said, now we had to shoot a missile down, man. We're gonna talk about Walmart did something phenomenal. We're gonna talk about, of course, we're gonna talk about Trump. That was, Black History Month, so we got a lot to talk about with that. A lot of things happening. Yeah, a drone. We shot a drone down. A drone, this is all the same. Listen, they got missiles on drones nowadays, yeah? So, a drone, what you think the drone was coming to do? It was coming to spy on us. It was coming to drop something, spread some, ship some gas or something, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on. Hey, listen. We got a lot to talk about. Anyway, let's get to it, man. We got a lot to talk about. It's gonna be a great show, man. It's gonna be a great show tonight, man. Let's get to our mantra, man. Let's get to our mantra. Let's get that going. I feel good today, man. I feel good today, man. I feel good today. I feel we made it through the snow. Everybody made it through the snow. Right? Groundhog said we got 6 more weeks of winter. Flush the groundhog. Flush the groundhog. He said we got 6 more weeks of winter. Ain't nobody got time for that. God damn. 6 more weeks? That put us in March? Huh? They said we got... George, the groundhog said we got 6 more weeks, bruh. Man, I ain't even going, cuz. I ain't even going. 6 more weeks of winter, man. Nobody got time for those 6 more weeks, bro. That's... God damn. When the last time he did that? Anybody know the last time he did that? Oh, that's a lot, man. 6 more weeks. 6 more weeks. Flush the groundhog one more time, man. Matter of fact, cook the groundhog. Can you eat groundhog? You probably can eat anything. Can you eat groundhog? You can't eat a groundhog? I mean, I'm domesticated, bro. So I only eat a few things. You eat deer. You eat raccoon. So you eat ground. What's the difference between a raccoon and a groundhog? What's the difference between a raccoon and a groundhog, bro? Oh, man. Groundhog is hawkish on winter, man. Hawkish. Let's get it, man. I love it. Let's get to it, man. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. I love to hear that, man. Let me say that again, man. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. And Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, man. Come on. Hey. And get the likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up, man. Yeah, man. Jose not here tonight, man. He had to do something, man. He's in London or Africa or one of them joints, man. But y'all know our spirit, we think we hope, we pray. He's serving God right now. He's serving God. He's on a mission with God right now. So, we appreciate, listen, we ain't never getting in the way of the Lord's work over here. You know what I'm saying? He's serving God right now. So we gon', I had to flush the groundhog because I knew that by that time I'd have been flushing Jose. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. So Jose out there in London serving God's people, man. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely appreciate that. So we're going to flush Jose in spirit. Let's flush Jose in spirit. Let's flush Jose in spirit, man. Let's flush Jose in spirit. We're gonna flush Jose in spirit, man. All right, man, so I got an announcement to make early. We have our, Bernard, what's it called? Black History on the Big Screen at the Freedom Center. Howard Enterprise presents Black History on the Big Screen at the Freedom Center starting February the 20th and February the 21st. Look at it on the screen. So we should have I told y'all, bro. No, man. We told y'all what we doing. We told y'all what we doing, man. We showing love. All right, so put this on your screens. February the 20th and February the 21st, right? Black History on the Big Screen. Friday night, we showing Do the Right Thing, right? But no, it's at 5:30, the doors open, right? 5:30, doors open. Friday night, we starting off with Do the Right Thing. We're going to have, it's free to get in. We will have parking. We will have some concessions. Now, aren't we bringing somebody in for concessions? We're bringing somebody in for concessions. Now, you got to pay for your own concessions. But we're going to have it on the screen. We're going to have it on both of the screens. We're going to have it up top. So, yeah. So, we going. Friday night, we going Do the Right Thing. I think that's a perfect way to start off. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a perfect way to start off. The next Saturday, what time Saturday? Doors open at 9. Don't we got a link that we put in there? We got the link in the chat. Now listen here, family. Do not sign up if you ain't coming. I'm being real with you, because you're going to block other people from coming. You can only get 3 tickets per family, right? 3 tickets per family. Don't sign up if you ain't coming, because we got a maximum amount of people that we putting in here. Don't sign up if you ain't coming. Be like, hey, Trap, I ain't really coming. It's all good. We might decide to do a Zoom or something, but we ain't saying that. But it's here. So don't sign up if you ain't coming. You feel me? Let the people who gonna come. Now we giving you ample amount of time. You want to fly in, you want to drive in. I'm going to be here. I ain't lying. I like every one of these movies. All right, so we starting off with that. Then Saturday, we starting off Saturday morning with The Wiz. Come on. He's on down the road. He's on down the road. Come on, George. You can't be a star. Now can be a star. Come on, George. He's on down. Right? We easing on down the road Saturday morning. Right? Then Saturday evening, we going to go with Harlem Nights. Right? We was going to go with something different. And I said, give me Harlem Nights. So we're going to go Harlem Nights. Right? You're going to go Harlem Nights, Saturday evening. What time that one start be? 2. Come on. We're going 2 o'clock. We're going Harlem Nights. All right? Now, I was going to go Malcolm X, but I said the people can't sit down that long. Right? I was going to go Malcolm X, but I said that's 4 hours. The people can't sit down that long. So we went Judas and the Black Messiah. Come on, man. Fred Hampton. Got him tattooed on my back. Right? We going Saturday night. What time be? 6 p.m. We going Judas and the Black Messiah. Black History on the big screen at the Freedom Center. Come in. This is what we doing. Right? That's what we doing, man. So check it out. You know, come get in. Come lock in. We think this is, somebody say the bank. You know how many movies could have been nice? We could use The Bank. We could use a lot. You know how many dope black movies they got out there? But, man, we only pick from a few. You know what I'm saying? We only got enough in one day. You only show so many movies. We can only show so many movies in one day, right? We had a lot of them we could have showed, right? So this is what we going with, man. This our lineup. You know, just appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna come through, come through. If you're not gonna, Harlem Nights got a lot of cursing. If you on Instagram, you on social media, got a lot of cursing. We don't, come on, man. Can you just appreciate that we doing? My God. Every time. Anyway. So yeah. So now I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna go with Glory. Listen, that one of my favorite movies. Glory, The Great Debaters. You know, I used to watch that with your mom all the time.
Judas and the Black Messiah, you know, you get down with that Judas and Black Messiah too, though.
Yeah, so I like the lineup, man. So anyway, free movie night at the Freedom Center, Black History on the big screen. Culturally, we like it. We love what we doing. First show is at Friday. Then Saturday we got all day. You know what I'm saying? So the kids can come in the morning for the Wiz. That's why we got the Wiz first thing in the morning. That's why the Wiz first thing in the morning. Now I was going with the Django, but they had to talk me off that one. I was like, Django. It was like, I was like, Django. There was like no Django, Trap. I was like, come on, man, it don't get no better than Django. That's the epitome of, you know what I'm saying? It was like, no Django. No Django. It was like, no Django. Man, I never seen Glory. Listen here. Oh, my Lord, 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 Lord. Mm-hmm. 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 Come on, boy. What? I watch that at least once a year, bro. I watch that at least once a year. Once a year. Once a year, I gotta watch that. All right, man, let's get to it, man. We got stuff to do, man. Come on, man. Flush Jose, because I know he would have been like, yo, I ain't never seen that. I know he would have said he ain't never seen that. I know he would have said he ain't never seen that. Fair. We should have went Lean on Me. Fairy side. The songs that stand. Dang, I wasn't even thinking. We don't want a new principal. We want Mr. Clark. Free Mr. Clark. Free Mr. Clark. Free Mr. Clark. I wasn't even thinking.
We can't play them all in one weekend.
We can't play them all. Dang. We could have played Life. We could have went Life. Y'all got some of them. I want some of them white only pie. The white only pie. The white only pie. I think we could have went Life. Bernard, I might want to negotiate Life for Harlem Nights, bro. I might want to negotiate Life for Harlem Nights, bro. I think I want to negotiate Life for Harlem Nights, bro. We still get the Eddie Murphy. Mm-hmm. We still get instead of Red Fox, we get Bernie Mac. Mm-hmm. Come on. We get Martin Lawrence. Harlem Nights tickets moving. I think you just said it on purpose just now, Bernard.
You can't miss with either one, though.
Dang.
Lean on Me, we should.
Come on, Ray's Boom Boom Room.
Right?
What you doing in the room? Oh, man, you know I'm over here drinking. I'm live.
Hey, that's Sasmo.
That's Sasmo. That's Sasmo. Oh. All right, we gonna keep it, though. They pitching Woo. Who pitching Woo? Who pitching Woo? All right, we gonna keep it like that, though. That's what we got, though. So come in, man. We got Do the Right Thing, The Wiz, Harlem Nights, Judas and the Black Messiah. There we go, man. We good. That's it. Movie night, lock in. My people locked in. They getting the tickets, and let's get to it. All right, so, man, let's start with Trap on the charts, man. Let's get on the charts. Let's see what's popping. I do want to say something today, man. It's crazy because today was even though today was a down day, I actually had my biggest day in the market, and that was crazy. Had my biggest day in the market. We have kind of pivoted outside of tech. We got some tech plays, but they're not like big plays. And so I'm excited about that. And so yeah, we excited about that, man. So let's go, man. Let's get into this. So the first thing I want to do is look at the SPY. I know I got to change this out for y'all right quick because y'all going to get on my nerves. Let me see something right quick. All right. So shout that out. All right, so let's get into it, man. So right here, we just looking at the S&P. Let me get this off the screen. Get our screen bigger so we get all the information. All right, so today, man, we had a huge, look at that engulfing candle. My God. My God, look at that engulfer. Boy, that thing got a tail on it, don't it? That thing got a tail on it, don't it? So let's get to it, man. So out the gate, man, we see this huge engulfer, which took out, and we're looking at it on a daily, and took out that Monday. But here's what I will say. It's still in range, though. So that's why I'm not getting, like, I understand the paranoia. And this is what I'll be liking about a lot of stuff that I be seeing and a lot of stuff that I don't be appreciating is, but I get why people do it. People mark it as I'm preparing y'all for what's about to happen. But all they really be doing is pushing fear. Right? That's all people really be doing is pushing fear to the masses, bro. Right? Like, are we saying that the market ain't gonna, have a little pullback here and there? Of course we not saying that. Right? Why my thing ain't pop up? Hold up, y'all. Bro, I had a 500 day. I had the 505 day. That thing was. I'm wondering where is that? That thing say 505 day.
That thing all the way down there.
I had the 505 day moving average up. So notice, we're looking at it right quick, just on the daily. Notice that it bounced off that 50 day, which was dynamic support. Right? Bounced off that 50 day, which is dynamic support. All-time high, 697. We right at, it closed the day at 689. I mean, I don't think that's enough to be panicking about, but I still don't think it's enough that the bear should be saying we back. I just don't see it. And if you actually look at it, we can almost see this is a little off, but it's close to an equal low. You see the buyers keep defending that area, right? Not saying they can't break below it, but I'm just saying right now they defending that area.
At what point do you feel like buyers aren't going to be strong anymore? Because they bought it back up at the end of the day.
So let's go to the weekly so we can get a clear picture, and that's a great question, Sean. So this is where I like to get my real structure from. So first thing I'll say is my first level would be right here. Damn, I thought I had this on now. I'll just write it. So my first level on a weekly, if you notice, is 689, right? And that was kind of where it just kept bouncing at. But the real area for me would be 680. And the reason why, because if we look here, I talked about this on my I talked about this a few times on the YouTube live that I was doing. Let me mark this out right here. First, wait, let me get that off. Let me write this out because I want y'all to be able to screenshot it and see it. Change the color. Give me yellow. I'm gonna write something. Give me green.
What you about to show the people, Trap?
Huh?
What you about to show the people?
where my first support area is. So 678. And the reason why, if we look on the chart right there, and even if we can see 1, 2, 3, we see bias kept on like absorbing this area right here. They kept defending this area. So for me, this 678 is great, but also look where the 20 SMA at, right? Same area, right? So we see bias keep on defending that area. So that's the first area I'm looking for. I'm like, all right, can we defend, can bias keep defending a hold off 678? Now, after that, my next level that I'm gonna look at will be the top of the Twin Towers, which is 674, which are kind of the same levels, right? 674 is the top of the Twin Towers. I'll write that down. Trump Towers, that way nobody get offended. I'm gonna put Trump Tower support. So those two areas right there is important for me, right? I wanna see what happens there. Now, a level of major concern will be we break that and then we go to 652. Right, so now we at the Twin Tower low. Right, we at the Trump Tower low. So, and then my final area, and I'm gonna call this area we in hell. We in hell. Make sure I capitalize hell. And I'm gonna make sure I make this red. We in hell, and maybe make it bigger too. It ain't big enough. They need to know we in hell.
I'm curious to know what's gonna get us to go down there.
Yeah. So we get to 613, we in hell. You know what I'm saying? And if we look at it from this perspective, it's a 12% move. So if you got somebody calling for a 10% correction or something like that, I think this is the area. Now, I will say something. If you look here, you did create a base somewhere right here, around about 639. There was a base, but that ain't major. So that's the three areas for me. So major area, I want to see if we can hold up on that. My first area of support is, why am I thinking out? My first area of support is, and I just want to mark this on the chart so we can see it, that will consist of a 2% pullback. Right, 689, that's a 2% pullback. And the reason why I'm using this, so you can have percentages on the pullback. Right? Right? I'm using this so we can have percentages on the pullback. So from all-time high, we fall to our first level. That ain't number 2.76%. Now, I'm going to disregard the other one because that's just an area for me. But now, 252 would give you 6%. So if you fall from all-time high to the bottom of the Trump Terrace or the Trump Towers, right, that's a 6.51% pullback. So if you held my original line, which is here, that's 2.71% pullback. If you fall to this line, you're now talking about your 6.7, 6.47, so a little more than a 5% pullback, which is good. And then which is healthy, and if you come here all the way to we in hell, which is the previous all-time high from down there, from around March of last year, now you're talking about a 12% pullback. Does that make sense to everybody? So if you ask me, Sean, what would I say when buyers lost control? I would say once we get, I would say this, if we break the Trump Tower support, buyers have lost control. Because then you've lost your 20 on the highest time frame that I use, which is the weekly. Not the monthly, but on the weekly, you've lost the highest. And that makes sense to me. Now, if you came from a daily, we keep the same measurements, nothing changed, but now you can see it, right? So our first line is here. I still would consider that a higher low or equal low, because if you look on the chart right here, you can notice you have a low, higher low, higher low, and look here, higher low. All right, so that's why you just created a higher low. And so we know in order for the market to go up, it has to create what?
Higher highs, lower lows.
Higher highs.
Higher lows, yep.
And what else? Higher lows.
Yep.
So we have 4 in a row. Boom, boom, boom. Now notice the Twin Towers, that gave us an equal low. And so the next one we got was a what? Boom. That goes a higher low. Market ran up, pulled back. That goes a higher low. And we got that goes a higher low. So I just think that from that perspective, we good. But I'm not ruling out, because here's what I will say. If you notice, the market has been struggling since, I'm gonna be honest, the market been struggling since probably January 12th to try to break this 7,000. It's been real, if you notice, it's been real tight trying to break that to get to that 7,000. And the way you can look at it is, look from here. If we look all the way over, let me take that off, goddamn. I hate when I forget to do that. But if we just look from here, you see how we have that consistent run up? You have that consistent, that phase 2. Like you got a strong phase 2 right here. You
When
feel
you say
me?
phase 2, what do you mean for all the, neutral?
So that's the markup. So that's when the market is just going straight up, right? You have some dips in between, but you have that strong markup. But notice once you hit that first Twin Tower or that first Trump Tower, it started getting real hard for the market to try to, it was like in grinding mode. You know what I'm saying? So you had that strong uptrend, and then you went to getting in grind mode. So all of this, let me mark this out. All of this is just the market. It's going up, but it's just in grind mode, right? It's really hard. Like you feel like you're getting some momentum, then you get a big sell-off. Then you get a big sell-off. You're like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Not a small, you get a big, you get a big engulfing candle. You're like, damn. You done took I ain't gonna lie, bro. Them huge engulfing candles be pissing you off.
That thing gonna grind up for 4 days in a row.
Oh, we got 3K to check. Yeah, bro, like you know what I'm saying? You be on that grind. You be like, yeah, I got a 0.5% today. You got 3/4% today. We got 1% today. Engulfing. You like, God damn. What you doing? Yo, them engulfers be hurting your heart. And so, yeah, man. So that's where we at, man. So that's what I like. I like that, man. I like that on the SPY, man. I don't think we, I'm gonna say this though. I don't think we are bullish. I think we are in a critical neutral point. I don't think the bulls have control. I don't think the bears have control. I think they've been fighting for what's next, right? I think every time the bears try to gain some momentum, I think some type of news or some type of catalyst push us forward, right? Then I think every time the bulls try to get somewhere, the bears like, hell no. If y'all go here, y'all going too far. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of how I feel in the market. And if anybody telling you it's a bull market, it's a bear market, if somebody rushing to you that's a bear market right now, they truly just selling fear to you, right? And we don't do that over here, man. We just deal with whatever the market gonna bring to us, and we gonna knock it out the park. Same thing here, man. If I'm looking at, tech, now I will say that tech is a bit different because none of the big dogs is performing, right? And so what happens is when you don't have no big dogs performing, now you got everybody else performing. So now you don't have NVIDIA. You don't have Apple. You don't have Microsoft. You got Google showing up. Meta showed its face, right? Tesla like, I'm on some robots right now, right? AVGO, you don't got none of the big dogs showing up. So that's really why you in the grind. And this is why I always tell people all the time, like, it's going to be hard for the market to run without tech. A broader market is a grinding market. It ain't a running market. I think they missed me just now.
You might gotta say it again for the people in the chat. They probably missed that one.
Right? A broader market is a grinding market. It's not a running market. Because if you don't have your big dogs pushing, that means you got little dogs grinding. So you got SNDK, you got MU, you got STX, you got members, but they grinding. They like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the big dog like, you got Google like, come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. And you got Amazon like, bruh, You got NVIDIA keep pump faking at 190. Every time you get to 190, back to 174 they go. Every time you get to 190, and my people like, Trap, I'm like, bruh, this one NVIDIA play I got is, I'm straight on it. I'm not touching it until it can break 195. It go to 190, and it'll stay there for 2 days. 174. Like, bro, how you go from 190 to 170? Ain't no 189, ain't no 188, no 182. You go from 189, 190, 174. Bro, what are you doing? Stop. Apple, nothing. Microsoft, and I've been saying this since the beginning of the year, and everybody been fussing with me. I say, bro, if you're gonna short anything, Microsoft, Adobe, CRM, Snow, ServiceNow, you can short them. And what does Microsoft keep doing? Showing us that they're shortable. Oh, I made that word up just now. They're shortable. Right? Somebody said that 190 whooping the brakes off NVIDIA, dog. That 190 whooping the brakes off NVIDIA, bro. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it ain't nothing they can do. They've done everything you can do. Invest $2 billion over here, invest some money over here, partner with this one right here, drop 17 different robots in front of us, come up with 52 different types of AI chips that they gonna do, and the market's like.
And it ain't like they not making money either. It's not.
Bro, they got balance sheets as a fortress. Return on equity is at 51. Free cash flow through the roof. Market like, man, we straight. We straight. We straight.
It's crazy.
And so I'm just like, nah, bro, I'm good. Like, I'm straight. So same thing over here. If we looking at, let's, oh, I got to roll it down again. My bad. Come on. All right. So let's look at the Qs right quick. You know, I pretty much see the same or something similar with the Qs. As we can see, this engulfing candle here is just different on the Qs, boy. This one here is savagery. The Qs try to walk up. They try to come touch the all-time high when that was last Wednesday. They try to come reach it. And shit, Thursday, Friday, sell off, bounce back up yesterday. Now, what I will say is I already had that marked off as my first level of support, and lo and behold, it stopped right there. Right? So I want to see if they can hold that. Now, the bad part about this is for the Qs, they have broken down past my 20 and my 50 on the daily. They've broken down past my 20 and my 50. And so, you know, they on the machine. Right? So I'll be honest with you. When the Qs break this, they got somewhere to go. Now, they break 610, 589 is where I see them going next. Now, you do have an area here that they could probably stop on, but I ain't sold on that being, you know what I'm saying? I don't see no structure right there, right? That's a lone wolf right there. You know what I'm saying? So I like 589. If I'm watching that, if I'm looking at Qs, I'm like, all right, 589 is probably what I see, what I can look at, what I can hold dear. I see 589 hitting. From 589, you could have a stop here. Notice at 582, you could have a spot there. Notice how you had a wick right here. That's why I say the chart gonna leave places for us. Notice you had that wick right there. It wicked out right there before. So I'm not mad at that. So 589, I think 583 could be something, but the next level for me would be some support right there at 559. So that's where I'm going at with that. Let's put our measurement on it. So it's already, 559 gives you 610 gives you a 4% pullback from the high. They're already in that range. Bottom of the Trump Towers will give you a 7%er. If it touched that previous all-time high that I talked about, it will give you a 8%er. Now, you have two different areas that come back after that, but I'm not a worst-case scenario person. If you come to this support level that I talked about, that's about 12%, and it came all the way back down, you're talking about 15%. And I'll be honest with you, if the big dogs can't catch on, I can see that happening. Right? If the big dogs can't catch on, because what happens is if they slow the buy, they also be faster to sell. Right? Like when they slow the buy, it's faster to sell. So what you got to do is you got to start, like I tell my people all the time, and like we don't got to be trying to fight with the market ain't rewarding. That NVIDIA play was an old play from last year that we've been in. That Palantir play was an old play from last year that we've been in. And I just stayed in them because they don't expire till April and May. So I'm like, all right, maybe something to happen, but they old. None of our new plays have been toward that. And so I just want to give y'all a look at the indexes right quick. And then I'll pull up NVIDIA right quick so we can see something. And I was looking at NVIDIA, man, and I got an idea that I don't think is too far-fetched. It ain't clear, but I want to ask y'all, see if y'all see something that I possibly see. You see that, Rob? That makes sense? Right? So, what you say, Sean?
We might go down.
Huh?
We might go down. I don't know.
I mean, I could be seeing it wrong, but I'm like, that's one of the ones I should have got with Rob on or you on. Like, man, y'all see this head and shoulders possible to me or am I tripping? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What you think, Sean?
You're not tripping, but like it's NVIDIA, so it's like a 50-50. Like,
so watch this. Are we going with, watch this, are we basing it on name and past track record? Or are we saying this is what the chart showing us?
This is what the chart's showing. Because, again, like you said, if all these things, they doing all these great things. So if they not rewarding that, as soon as they do one thing, like, I mean, they're going to get consequences for it.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that looked like a head and shoulders to me if I ever seen one. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just watching it. You know, again, it can't get past 190. And it happened here, which was Friday. As soon as it touched 194, it got up off there. Get up out of there. You know, what you doing way up there? You know what I'm saying? So I see that possible head and shoulders in play with NVIDIA. Again, below my 50, below my 20, I ain't really got no answers for it. And then it's even clearer when you look at it right here. And I'm just like, man, you know, maybe you might be looking for some help here. 170. Maybe you could look for some help at 170 as a support sign at 170. $151 though, 152 as well. And I'm just basing it off strong structure, bro. That's all I see with it, bro. Maybe 170, but I could see 150, 153, bro.
We haven't had a big like correction on NVIDIA in a while too.
It's been a minute. Well, since last April.
Yeah.
When it got down to $83.
We got like, it's about a year.
Yep, it got to
You're overdue.
$83, same time last year. And if you look at the fall from the top, yep. So we come here, we talking about a 19% pullback. Right, we talking about a 19% pullback. Right, and then from there, if it came back down to that 150, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It comes to 150, you talking about a 27% pullback, I'm loading a boat. If it fall back to 150, 153-ish, I'm loading a boat.
You doing a play or like loading up like?
I'm loading a boat, man. I'm a load the boat up on it. Long call. Long call, Sean. So that's what I see, man. That's what I see with NVIDIA, SPY. That's what I see. That's what I see. All right, let's get to it, man. I hope I helped y'all out with that. Just giving y'all some info on what we see. You know, always just try to be as helpful as I can with the market. Always try to just be as helpful as I can. But again, we know with NVIDIA, man, it done everything it can do in the market. Just like, nah, bro, we good. So I'm good on it. All right, so let's go. All right, let's get to it, man. We got our recession portfolio. Recession portfolio. NVIDIA fall in that fall would trigger a crash. I don't think so, because I don't think it's gonna fall by itself. Right? I think it's not gonna fall by itself. I think it's gonna have other things that fall with it. It's not gonna just fall by itself like that, right? But what I am saying is, if they're doing everything right and you still can't move up, then it don't take much for them to sell off, right? And that's what we gotta look at. We gotta look at, when we look at it from that perspective, like, you could be doing everything right and you still not like climbing. Think about it. It's been in the same space since October. Had a spike up here, but it came back down, right? So it's been in the same space, which means the market is shifting leadership, right? And that's okay, that happens. But in a sell-off, you gonna sell off more because people gonna go for where they can get the most liquidity at. So that's all. All right, man, so let's get into our Freedom Index. Today, did Steve put that one, did we have that 130? That one that said 130? Today was our biggest day. Today was my biggest day in the market of the year. It was the one that had 130 on it. It was a little, yeah. So let's show that right quick. Today was my biggest day in the market. NVIDIA market cap is 4.3 trillion. It takes more to move it. Everyone is in NVIDIA. Which means when the big dogs start getting out of it, it don't take that much to move it. All right, I sent it to him, he probably didn't. So it don't take that much to move him. So anyway, you know, this was our first, I posted on my Instagram, this was my first big day in the market. I had 100,000 out of there, I think, last week or something. So I like when 100-day gauge start compounding. Let me tell you what's crazy about this. At 2 o'clock, I was up $1,000. Now, watch this. I started the day off, the market opened up big. I started the day off, I was up like 150. I was like, damn, what's going on in the market like that? Just after I say my prayers, after I read my word, and I saw like, damn, okay, this is a good day. That thing slowly started like, I was like, damn, what's going on? Right? But I looked at something and I said, I'm not mad because I don't have a lot of exposure to tech. So I put in the Patreon, I said, listen, I'm not making no moves in the market today. I'm only looking at 4 companies. MU, SDNK, getting back in STX, and it had one more company, I can't think of what it was. I can't think of who it was. Damn. Anyway, I said, that's it. I'm not looking to do nothing else. Like, we stacked, we loaded, you know, we take profits while we take profits, but this was it. And so, bro, I'm talking about at like around 2 o'clock, I was getting ready for the show. I'm like, damn, I done went from up 150 to $1,000. Golly. I said, golly, boy. Look, I went and took the shower, bro. Come out the shower, that thing said 60,000. I said, okay. Okay, let's check. Finished putting my clothes on. 100. I said, let's see what's going on right here. And a lot of times what be happening is some of the plays you losing in, they start to regain ground. So every play that you winning in may not be running up, but some of your losers may be regaining ground. And I noticed some of my losers had started regaining ground. And I'm like, I like it. So here we go right here. Now, the one I am pissed off at, but I'm not too mad at, but I'm pissed off at is Costco. And the reason being is because Costco was positive today. I was in the green on this play today. At around 12 o'clock, I was like up 500. I'm like, okay, Costco, you shook back for me. And, WD, there you go. Thank you so much. It was the WDC and the CAT. So that was it. It was MU, it was it was SNDK, it was CAT, it was WDC. Yeah, so that was the plays I was looking for to get back in. Yeah, that was the plays I was looking to get back in. I said, if any one of these open up, I'm snatching. And it's crazy because this morning, they was all up. I was like, damn, them sugars up. So today they give me some, I call them pullback buys. So it was pullback interest that I got in. Verizon was definitely not the play. Definitely was not on my list at all. But anyway, here we go, man. So Costco, we in that play. That looked pretty good. Not mad at it. Got it to, we okay in that play. EME is definitely one of my sleepers. It's been a pretty cool play for us. Definitely cost a little bag, but it was a pretty cool play. General Dynamics, that was one of the sleepers. That was one of the ones that went green. It was down. It was down. It was down, but I figured out why it turned. We blew up a drone. War stocks on a rampage. Hey, war. Okay, bet. That's what we doing. So yeah, General Dynamics turned up for us. Now, I want to say this. So last Friday, we saw a huge sell-off in gold and silver. And I personally told people, yo, this is a good buying opportunity. And I told my squad, I said, I'm not getting out. I'm not getting out my gold play. I stayed in the silver play, but I wound up getting out of it this morning. Yesterday, I got out of it. Yesterday or this morning. But here's the thing about it. We had already captured 100 and some percent. So I had already sold like 3/4 of it, half of it. So the part I sold this morning, it was like, all right. Yesterday, I forgot when it was, but I sold that. But I stayed in my GDX play, and because I feel like this, I truly feel that the idea behind the catalyst for gold has not changed. The dollar, people leaving the American, debasement of the dollar. And so I decided to stay in. I've said it since last week. I made a YouTube and say I'm not leaving. And then yesterday and today, gold spiked back up. So that was another reason. GDX, it was a play that was down. It gained some momentum. So that's another reason why. So a lot of time when you see that, it's like, hey, your losers are starting to gain some traction. So that was good. Of course, GEV has just been phenomenal. All my people in the Patreon, y'all know we rock with GEV. We rock with GEV, we rock with GEV, we rock with GEV. So GEV has been on the list. So we've been doing good for it. We got a July play in and we got an April play in. I might take some off the table in my April play in the morning because we are in February. It is running, so I'm gonna pay attention to the April play a lot. But we got into the July play last week, so I feel good about that. We good on that. And there goes the first gold play. We was up 100 and some percent on that one. I took half of it. I say I'm not leaving. I took some of the profits from the first gold play and put in the GDX play. I'm like, bro, I'm not leaving. And then we have another gold play that I got in on a pullback buy. Got it on a pullback buy Thursday. It ran up. And then Friday, it ran down. I said, you dirty dog. You dirty dog. You dirty dog. Bruh, got in on it. Soon as we got in, it ran up. I'm like, oh, that thing was up like 13%. I'm like, yeah, sweet. I love that entry. Man, Friday, I said, what the hell happened? What? How you feel that heavy? So still like it. Gained a lot of momentum today. So I like it. Google has just been a front runner for the squad. So we definitely holding on Google. We got Google earnings tomorrow. Definitely interested to see what they gonna do. And then we got Goldman Sachs. So, man, they've been playing on my feelings, man. Like, they did what we wanted them to do. They ran up, broke new high, came back down. Nine's been bouncing between 917 and 938. It's just been bouncing back and forth. We got a 960 call on it, but I feel okay with Goldman Sachs. Let's go a little further. And it's just me showing y'all the squad, man, showing y'all what we doing. All right, another one was LHX. That was another one that, again, bounced on us today, really good. It was down big, but that was a big bounce today. Meta just let me down, but it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. MPWR been holding me down for sure. MPWR, you know, I've been in that. I love that one. Got in MU on a pullback buy today because we like basketballs, not donuts. And, you know, I was cool with that, all right? That's the NVIDIA play that I've been in for 4 months. Just not doing nothing. Just sitting there, milking me slow. Yeah. Not doing nothing. Everybody keep getting excited. I said, until it break 195, I ain't nothing for me to be excited about. That go Palantir. We've been in that. Those two calls we've been in since freaking last year. We got them at the same time. Shout out to my girl, Katie, in the Patreon. But I told her that her baby daddy, he wasn't going to do nothing. I wasn't excited about what he had going on. Because every time he go crazy, he start talking about, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? People smoking crack and all that. Whatever he be talking about. That's the SNDK. We got in that this morning. So we got into that one this morning. STX has just been a banger. Mind you, I was up 117,000 on this play. I sold half of it. No, Sean, don't do that like I lost it back. No. I sold half. Was up 117,000, sold half. I was up 100. We was up in the Patreon, 100 and something percent. Oh, that's the other one I said. That one would have pulled back. I was looking to get back in that one. So STX, that one just been a savage beast for us. That's been good. TEL, keep flirting between 122 and 130. Don't really want turn for us like we wanted to. TSM, got into that one. Kind of got some momentum yesterday, and then I guess with today's sell-off, it just didn't do right. I will say this, man. I am contemplating exiting my USAR play. The only reason I'm still in it right now is because I wanted to show my team today that I was still in it. Today it got up to $14,000 in profit, and I said, yep, I'm about to go. So I'm contemplating, I don't know if I'm gonna sell half or sell the whole. I'm contemplating selling my USAR play. I'm contemplating selling my USAR play.
That thing don't jump. That thing jump and then pull back. So
that
thing will jump up and then it'll kind of pull back.
Yeah, it'll jump up big and it'll pull back. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm thinking about, there's a few plays I'm probably gonna exit. And the reason being is because this is a February. And February is typically a down month. Quit babying us. I ain't babying nobody. I'm just thinking about it from this perspective. Like, we've made a lot of momentum the last week of January. the last week and a half of January, we just exploded. Like we exploded. And I feel like February and March, when I'm just looking at the market, right, it is grinding, right? It's grinding. And it's not giving the Bulls no momentum. It's not giving the Bears no momentum. But I think the Bears are eking out like little by little. They ain't blowing the top off yet, but I feel like they're gaining a little momentum. You know what I'm saying? And the Bulls they're not there. And so I feel like, let me just take some profits off some big plays and, just see, wait for that. Because you got to remember, this is February. So you still got March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. You still got 10 more months to try to knock it out. And I will say this, man. I want to shout out 2 people in the Patreon that said something dope, and I want to shout out a couple winners. So, gotta shout out my guy Nate in the Patreon. So Nate said something last week that was really powerful. And it's a reiteration of something I already said. I've said it a million times. You just go, winners win. I want to shout Nate out for a play he did, not for what he said. Winners win. Leaders lead. But the market does change leaders. And when the market is changing leaders, you don't have the luxury to be in love with a name that the market is saying they're not a leader no more. Or they're not a leader right now. Well, because NVIDIA not a leader right now don't mean Q2, Q3 he can't be a leader. But right now, it ain't a leader. Right? So Nate did something last week that was real dope. So we had did the meta earnings. And bro, we was just on a high. We was just like, hey, this thing we done went crazy on these meta earnings. And so Nate hit me. Well, he hit me in a group, tagged me, but he hit everybody. He was like, hey, y'all, Trap keep telling us leaders lead. Trap done told us memory is where it's at. He said, Trap, I'm going SNDK, I'm going MU, I'm going WDC earnings. I said, I ain't doing it. I said, I ain't doing it, Nate. I said, I don't got the energy. He said, Trap. I said, Nate, I don't got it in me, dog. Like, because the meta took me through so much emotion, because you got to think of what it did. It popped off. It initially went down $15. Now, mind you, we in our option play. We in our earnings day option. So I said, I ain't got it in me. I ain't got it in me. So now it goes down 15, then pops up 70. You know the emotional bandwidth I went through in that, and I had like 40 grand in that on a 2-week option on an earnings call. My dopamine is here. I mean, to be like, we don't care. George looking at me like, bro, what is wrong with you? But then George like, oh, I see. So in my mind, I said, you know what, bro? I believe in SNDK. So I did an earnings call with him. I said, I'm going to go earnings call with you. But now let me tell you something. I ain't put it in the Patreon. They was pissed off at me. But let me tell you what. And I had to give them a realization. I said, let me ask you a question. I just previously put a play in here that y'all fussed about that it was too high. It was $12,000. The SNDK play was like $15,000, $16,000 for an earnings call. Make me understand why you wasn't going to put in a long-term play for $12,000, but you was going to do an earnings call for $15. Make me understand it. So it was like, so some of us still fussing, but some of us like, I'm gonna come. You might got a point right there.
I got a point.
So wound up hitting with that one on Nate on the SNDK, but he stayed in WDC for earnings. Great call, but the next day they wound up falling off. But I like pullback buys on winners. And so we jumped in that. So I like it. So we got into that. But also my guy Bain said something in the Patreon today that I think really, and Bain been rocking out for a long time with me. I think maybe 2 years. I think he left for a minute and came back. But Bain said something that was real dope in the Patreon today. He said, man, y'all gotta listen, bro. Y'all gotta realize something, bro. He said, Trap gonna put plays in based on what he see and he gonna put them in here. He said, but what y'all gotta realize is, bro, like you only need 1 or 2 plays a month. He said you only need 1 play a month, bro. Based on the way we swinging and the way we going. And say, bro, I had to reiterate that to them. I say, man, let me tell y'all. I say, bro, what Bain said is so real. Because I know there's people coming in at different times. So I always got a watch list that I'm just waiting for my watch list to hit. It hit, boom, let me strike. I may not be going full house on them. I may just, here's an entry play. I like it. Because I know people constantly coming in the group. You know what I'm saying? But you don't got to be in, like, if you in 2 or 3 plays, I'm not going to lie, that's good. If you in 2 or 3 plays, like, that's good. Like, you can just chill. You don't got to be in 10, 15. Like, I'm in 20 plays right now. Some of them, 80, 100K. Some of them freaking 10K. Now, I'm not trying to downplay 10K. But for the portfolio size, a 10K play not going, it don't matter to me. Like, I'm like, all right. Because I done lost 150K on a play before. Right? So what Bain said in the group, man, it made me, I had to reiterate that a couple times. Like, yo, like, I wish I could have pinned it. But I always say this when I'm putting plays. I'm like, yo, you don't have to be in this play. If you feel like adding this play gonna overwhelm you, don't do it. If a play go negative, it's gonna, and I always think about, for me, it's always anxiety control. Like, if I know this about to give me anxiety, if it gonna go right, I never go in the play thing and there's no downside to it. We in a Trump market. We're a tweet away, a headline away. We him feeling like somebody playing with him from a that's gonna send us to hell. And so I was just like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say this is the most plays. No, Shazam. I'm not gonna lie. When I lost the 1.5, that was the most. I was in 37 plays. I was anywhere between 32 to 37 plays when I lost the 1.5. Right now, I'm just in like 20 plays. I was in 30-something plays. You got to remember, Bruh, going into the first, you got to remember, here's the thing, and this is why, let me make this a spiritual moment for a second. This is why I say God will humble you. You got to remember, I just come off 2024 hitting for 4 M's. I'm beginning of the year. I'm up $500,000. Me and my girl in Cancun, so wherever the hell we was at, Cozumel, wherever the hell we was at, I'm up $500,000 in February. I'm in that. What you want? Rose for everybody. Tequila for everybody. Put the worm in it. I'm feeling good. I'm like, bro, I'm about to smoke them for at least $8 million this year. I'm up $500,000 and we in February? Bro, I'm about to smoke 2025. You got to remember, I just bought the building, put the down payment on the building from the market. I had my $1 million day in the market, and I finished the year up $4.2 million. Bro, what? Man, I'm about to smoke this market. Man, flush trap. Flush trap. Because listen, February started showing signs. I'm like, man, I ain't tripping. March, April, bottom out. 1.5. I'm dizzy. I'm like, whoa. Wake me up when it's over. You feel me? Smash me. Rob, I was up $500,000 in February, bro. killing it. I'm talking killing it. I'm talking about we ain't even getting base hits no more, bro. We doubling and tripling and yeah. We doubling and tripling. So yeah, so you know, it humbled me. And it made me do the work. It made me do the work. So even now, even I'm in plays, like a lot of plays, but also, you know, that's it. So that's where I'm at right now. So we good. I like where we at. Definitely going like, I've had time, we done come in, we done had 3 rows, we done had 3 sets of pages with all options in it. So anyway, that's how I feel though. We good. Let's go a little further, man. If you want to come join the Patreon, I will shout out to my guy, Rob. We did our first, Lisa, facts. When Trump showed up with the big cars, I knew we was going to hell. When he said, I got a surprise for everybody with them big cars, and I saw 150% tariffs, 300, I said, what is he doing? And I just saw that big counter show up. I said, yep, we did. We are dead. But it made me go harder, made me really, I feel like I haven't been, like from how I see the market now to how I saw it just a year ago is completely different, right? And I took some of it with me, but man, it just see it completely different. Facts, somebody said it turned that black only pot to humble pot, facts. And so now that's why I keep I'm here, I'm here. Let's show so I want to shout my guy Rob out. We did our first charting class this Saturday in the execution lab in the Patreon. It was hella dope. Hella dope, back and forth. I think we did 2.5 hours in there. Hella dope. That was hella dope. Hella dope. Anyway, so that's the execution lab, man. Let's get it. All right, let's go a little further, man. Let's show our Freedom Fund. Yep, let's get to it. So here's the Freedom Fund. Buy and hold. Freedom Fund was up 27 bands today. And as you can see, like I said, like I'm not heavy tech. And so that's why we run it. Now, the only play that I'm mad I didn't make and it's still on my option list is Walmart. Walmart is on my options list. But here we are, man. We got Costco, we got EME, we got FIX, which is Comfort Systems, we got Gold, we got ITA, USAR, and Walmart. So that's it. Also, next week, we're going to have the thing for our Make Your First Trade. Make Your First Trade. What's the dates on Make Your First Trade? March 19th, 20th, and 21st. So mark your calendars. We're doing March 19th, 20th, and 21st. We're having a VIP on the 19th. We're going to do a dinner. We're going to do some in-person intimate for maybe like 10, 15 people. It's going to be real dope. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to do the lunch too, right? So the people that do the Make Your First Trade. So when you do the VIP, we're going to do the private, not the private. I don't know if we're going to do a dinner. We're going to just do a meet and greet the night before. We're going to do that. And then we're going to do a lunch where your lunch will be upstairs and I'll come eat lunch with y'all. I'll come chill with y'all both days for lunch. So be on the lookout for that. The meet and greet. We doing it. March, mark your calendars. March 19th is going to be the meet and greet. The 20th is going to be the class. And the 21st going to be the class. So be on the lookout for it. We're going to have, it's definitely something to pay attention to. So let's get into it, man. We got a lot to talk about. Let's go. So we're going to have that next week for y'all. Let's go. All right, let's get to it, man. Word on the streets. Americans now own more stocks than ever. U.S. households' allocation to equities as a percent of financial assets is up to 47.1%. This percentage has surged 16% since the COVID pandemic low. Since 2008, allocation to stocks by American has risen 142%. This is also 8.4 percentage points above the 2000 dot-com bubble peak of 38%. At the same time, household cash allocation was minus 16%, near all-time low. U.S. households have never been more bullish. I don't know how I feel about that. America don't like when everybody trying to get rich. I ain't gonna lie to you now. This is why I'm taking some profits, man. America don't like when everybody trying to get rich at the same time. I don't like it. I like it, but I don't like it. I like it because that means people are hip to the market. I don't like it because every time everybody bullish, that's the time to sit on the side. I always say it, when the shoe shine, man, and the Uber driver starts saying, hey, man, what you think about this stock right here? It's time to get on the side. I'm trying to tell you, I like it because it means that more people are now believing in the market, which is cool. This is I believe in my heart of heart, this is the #1 way to build wealth in America. But I don't like it because I understand how they think. And the way they think is, oh, all y'all think y'all gonna get rich? Let me see if y'all really about this. And they start shaking us out, one by one. First is a, then it's a, then it's a. You know what I'm saying? And so I like it and I don't like it. I like it and I don't like it. Don't like it and I don't like it. I just go a little further. All right, insanity. Now, this was from last week, and I had to show this. So last Friday, in a 24-hour time span, $4 trillion left gold, $1.4 trillion left silver, $40 billion left copper, $65 billion left, I don't know how to say that. How you say that, man? Palladium. I done heard him say it 16, and I've never heard this before until maybe like a couple months ago. What is palladium? What is it?
I guess it's a metal, I guess.
It's a metal, but what is it used for? And I'm asking not as somebody that's acting like I know it all. I think maybe like 2-3 months ago, we talked about, I was like, yo, what is this? I've never heard of it before. And platinum. Now, why Birdman them had me thinking all my life that until maybe I got into the markets that platinum was better than gold. It's not. I got the platinum tool with the platinum chain, with the platinum watch, and the platinum ring. They had me thinking platinum was better than gold. But it's not. Them people don't care about platinum. Bro, I remember being in prison like, hey, I can't wait to go home and get the platinum. Bro, nigga, nobody cares. It's used in the Cadillac converter. That's what it's...
I was literally about to say, I remember this. The Cadillac converter.
It's used in the Cadillac converter. That's what we talked about last time.
Yep.
That's what it's used in the Cadillac converters.
I still don't know what that is. I still don't know.
You don't know what a Cadillac converter is?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not going to be mad at you at that. So it's the thing under the car. Now, in the hood, I know about this because people steal them.
Why?
Because they got what it is, George? They got the palladium in it. And you could bring it to the thing. Bro, listen. I'm talking about, listen, bro, I'm going to tell you something. George, you know this. Bro, I done heard of car dealerships opening the dealership one morning and 50 to 60 cars missing, missing that Cadillac converter.
It was like during Katrina.
Huh?
During Katrina.
Listen.
All them cars sat there, they went out.
Listen.
Free fall.
Somebody say catalytic. No, I'm from the hood. It's called a Cadillac converter. I ain't never heard that pronounced right. I ain't heard it pronounced right until I went to the real dealership. But every shade tree mechanic in the hood I know. I'm talking about the real mechanics that their hands is black. And it's gonna forever be black. They can't look when Jan's like, I know them. It's so black, I don't care how many baths they take, it ain't leaving. It's under their nails, it's in their hands. You feel me? Now they can touch you and you don't be black. But it's they can touch you and you ain't gonna be black. You'll be like, bro, don't touch me. But he been dealing with diesel, Cadillac converters,
Palladium,
rotors, tie rods, shafts, and he even got the crank for the engine. I'm talking real shade tree. And he got it built with with the 2x4. They don't know George, and he got the hoist.
Got the cherry
Like,
fall.
how long? I have it out there in 2 hours. 2 hours? Ain't no way you get that out there in 2 hours. Autos on sale all day. I got you. You come back in 3 hours, that thing hanging from the thing, you got that thing broke down. Like, bro, how you did that? Oh, man, I've been doing something about it, nothing. And he got that yak. Come on, stop playing. Y'all act like y'all don't know. Don't wear no gloves. Don't even know what a glove is. He got number jumpsuits. He got the Dickie jumpsuits or the overalls with the, yeah. They got all in it. That all been there since the 70s. He got a cold-blooded story about how he was walking on the march. Well, I was in jail with Martin. You tripping, boy. You don't know. I was at that sit-in. Come on, boy, I've been doing this here, boy. The bus that got pulled over with the Freedom Riders, I changed the oil. What you talking about? The Freedom Riders, that bus, I changed the oil. They were stuck on the side of the road. I'm the one that changed that. Yeah. Anyway, let's go. All right, so yeah. So here's what I want to say, right? So I said the S&P erased $308 billion. On the NASDAQ, 480 billion. The Russell erased $25 billion. Don't sleep on the Russell. Don't sleep on the IWM. Bitcoin, man. Ethereum, man. Over 6.5 trillion erased across metals, equities, and now here's one of the things I want to talk about when I say that, right? These are the type of days that scare you. They scare you. They scare people, right? And they should, because they be massive and they be violent, right? So let me not act like they not violent. They violent. Even the most, strategic investors are gonna look at that like, damn, bro, that's a hell of a day right there. Now I want to show you something though. I said something on Twitter. Now I'm gonna tell you what I like about Twitter. I like Twitter because I just be talking random stuff. I talk about a lot of stuff. I talk about world events. I talk about fights. I talk about sports. I talk about movies. I talk about myself. I talk about it. But for some reason, Twitter, I don't care about it though. So I put on Twitter, I said, man, I'm telling y'all right now, this is the perfect time to buy gold. It's the perfect time to buy gold. It's the perfect day to buy gold. I said it's the perfect day. I didn't say trade it. I said it's the perfect day to buy gold. And the reason why I say it was the perfect day to buy gold is because here's what we do know. I don't care about no Kevin Walsh being a goddamn new Fed. He don't come in till March, April, May. Jerome don't lead to May, so he ain't coming into late May, June. Guess what? From now to then, that dollar gonna be under pressure. Because bruh's still doing stuff. Trump's still doing stuff. We at war with countries. Things are still, I'm like, hey, They're like, yeah, the market is reacting to current. Man, the markets don't care about that dude, bro. It's other stuff happening. So I said, hey, bro, hey, y'all, it's a perfect time to buy some gold. It's a perfect time. Man, you don't know what you're talking about, Trap. I said, it's a perfect time. Man, you don't know nothing, that gold going to 90. I say, 90? Man, it's going to 100. 100? I'm sorry. They're like, man, it's going to 400. It's going to 400. It's going to 375. And I told my patron this. I said, listen to me. When the market is red, the first thing you start doing is putting worst case scenarios in play. You start putting these scuba diving price points in there. Bro, it was at 500. Cool. Now it's going to 350? Damn. Right? So I say it's a perfect time. It's a perfect time to buy gold, y'all. Now, I will say for silver, I'm more bullish on gold than silver, simply because people gonna run to gold for money. Now, silver is attached to the other stuff that we do, and China, and they doing some stuff. So I still like the silver trade, but I'm more bullish on the gold trade. Everybody was saying I was crazy. You tripping, I'm not talking about, this ain't me just like they was, Rob, they was atting me like crazy. I probably had 100, 250 ats on Twitter. I even had one of my partners text me like, say, bro, I wouldn't have put that up there if I was you. I would have told you, we ain't. I said, bro, I don't care about none of that, bro. And it's my dog. I ain't gonna say no name. It's my dog. Because we talk about trading, not Rob. It's one of my dogs. He said, hey, bro, I wouldn't have told my audience. I said, say, bro, I ain't tell nobody to trade it. I said, it's a good time to buy it. Watch this. Monday, iffy. Tuesday, rally. Right now, up another $9. It's $27 today and $9.75 right now over hours. We dropped a YouTube video Sunday. The first thing I said in the video, I'll be buying some gold. Now, nobody don't want to at me. Nobody don't want to at me now. You feel me? And that be my thing, is like, why you don't just keep the same? Because here's the thing about me, bro. I'm a stand in mine. If I'm wrong, bro, man, you can tell me I'm wrong. I'll be like, damn, I got that. I don't know what the hell I was seeing. Shit, it ain't go my way. Right? But people tuck their tail when they, you feel me? Because the thing what I love about this market is, one day don't mean you wrong. That can be a reflex action to something. And you got to ask yourself every time, and I tell my patron this all the time. All the time I say this. Before you sell, ask yourself this. 1, am I being emotional? 2, has the reason why I bought it changed? And that's even from a trade perspective. Because that can tell you, like I remember using the play AVAV, right? We got in the play was running. And then I couldn't figure out, why did this play sell off so much? And I'm like, bro, the play broke new high almost. You know what I'm saying? Like in that morning, why did it sell off at 11 o'clock? It took me till 12 o'clock at night to go realize why I sold off. They lost their main contract. I said, that's it right there. So the reason why I purchased it is no longer the same reason why I won't hold it. I got up the next day, I said, I'm gone, y'all. Man, we got it to, I ain't tripping. The reason why I bought it ain't there. Right? So you got to remember this. When you in this game, I always think about it when you selling, right? And that comes even with your stop losses, right? Like, you got to ask yourself, if I got a tight stop loss, then I'm going to get stopped out a lot. And that's okay, because you preserving capital. If I got a wide stop loss, I'm going to have to endure some pain. That's okay too, because now you risk the risk of it popping it and never coming back. Or you can say, hey, bro, But I don't want you to say, just because I got time, I'm going to hold it. But keep in mind, bro, like days like this don't necessarily, I believe in my heart of heart that days like this with gold, silver, copper, palladium, platinum, I think these are great opportunities for you to find amazing companies. And I'm going to give you another example. It did this Friday, and I said it to myself. I said, damn. Because end of day Friday, maybe when SNDK was like $400 and something, $469, I said, hey, y'all, SNDK is giving y'all a pullback buy. It's $469. It creeped up to $470, creeped up to $480, then went to earnings and went up $80. Pull back again. I said it this time. I said, hey, bro, it's a good pullback buy. Sucker we got up Monday, man, that sucker was through the roof. Gone. I said, God damn. Right? So I want you to just understand something. Your technical analysis is going to be amazing, right? The more you look at it, the more you read, but I want you to keep this in your brain. I want you to say this every time. Basketballs, not donuts. Keep that in your brain. Basketballs, not donuts. And what I mean by basketballs, not donuts is when the leader is leading, it's going to give you a basketball bounce, not a donut bounce. You're going to find it hard, and some people put it at, oh, you chasing. I don't believe you chasing when you get a pullback buy. When I say pullback buy, I don't mean it's down $1. I don't mean it's down. Like, we got an SNDK today, it was down $15. We got an MU today, it was down like $6 or $7. So I believe in getting pullback buys on leaders.
Don't let that go over your head.
I believe in getting, now don't get me wrong, I love the technical analysis because I've learned to fall in love with it, and every day I get better. I'm reading, I'm in it, I'm on the charts. But I believe in, one of the things I did a lot, and I ain't gonna strip, is getting pullback buys on leaders. And if you wanna know what a leader is, go look at companies that's doubling or tripling what the market is currently up. I just gave you some game. Go look at companies that's doubling and tripling what the market is up. Pullback buys on companies that's leading. What is a leader? A leader is a company or an industry that the market, I'm gonna even change it from saying the market, that the institutions are favoring. Now, when we did the last, watch this, when we did the last Make Your First Trade event, I said, hey, MU is a darling. Remember I said that, Rob? Remember I said that? When that trade event was? November? December? When it was? December 13th.
Yeah.
Imagine buying MU in December. In here, I said, NVIDIA is a leader, but the market is pivoting. I said, but MU is a darling. It's being favored. Since that time, that stock is up probably about 35%, if not more. All you gotta do is go look at what was MU at December the 12th and put it at right now. Right? And here's the thing. So what are leaders? Leaders are segments or companies that the market is favoring more than others. So if you say, man, the market not favoring tech, it's not. But there are pockets of tech that the market is favoring. What are those pockets? The equipment and the memory stocks. What is that? KLAC, ASML, AMAT, ADI. What is the memory stocks? MU, SNDK. STX, WDC, that's memory. So if you're trying to go get software because you think it's on sale, but the market not rewarding that, then you tripping. You trading wrong. Right? You trading wrong. So it's a difference between being a discount. Now, if you telling me you want to buy Microsoft as a discount, I'm going to say, of course, that's a good buy. It's a solid company. It's a strong company. I think they'll figure it out. But if you tell me about to trade Microsoft, I'm going to say, hell no, you lost your mind. Because that whole segment is being blasted. All right, let's go a little further. I don't want to stay there too long. Look at that. Look at that. Somebody said, that Trap, you way off. December 12th, MU was 1241. That joint at 419. Now, in the Patreon, we was in it once. So we got some of it. But imagine putting a play in December and you're like, bro, I'm rocking. Now, David Shands hit me because David Shands was in an MU play. He said, bro, I ain't cutting it. And he let it run. He said, bro, imagine, and he broke my heart. He said, bro, imagine being up 900% because your partner told you get this call. One, I said, damn, that's good. Two, I want to say, God damn, how did I miss it? Because we was in the play, but we got out the play. But, you know, he don't really be knowing. He be look up, down, up 900%. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He podcasted, he ain't looking. He ain't asking. You feel me? So that's just, think about that, man. Leaders lead. So when you in your mind thinking about a trade, ask yourself this. Is this a leader? Or is it a stock in their leadership segment? Or is it a loser? So you can get a leader. I mean, you can get a company that's in the leadership segment, but it's not the leader. So it's in the leadership segment. That's okay. You don't want to get a company that's not in a, I'm not trying to go trade Microsoft. All right, let's go a little further because I don't want to stay there too long. All right. Strategy buys the dip, but Bitcoin dips even lower. So this is important because I put this in today. Now, I've been on Twitter asking my people, I'm like, hey, all my Bitcoin people, this is not no shade. This is not no knock. I'm literally asking, how y'all doing? I'm like, all my Bitcoin people, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? I'm checking on y'all because I know how it is. Everybody gonna be like, oh, Bitcoin trash. Man, how y'all feeling, bruh? Y'all good? Hang in there, bruh. It's because gonna make them cry later. When y'all running it up, they're gonna be the same one chasing the bandwagon later. You know what I'm saying? So endure your hardship, endure your pain, keep averaging down on it. It's gonna shake back. That's how I've been on Twitter. Like, all my Bitcoin people, where y'all at? What's good? But I'm interested in this because look at this. Strategy just closes a new purchase of 855 Bitcoins for $75.3 million, paying an average of $87,000 per coin. Bitcoin briefly approached 90,000 before plunging to 75,000 over the weekend. The firm now holds 713,502 Bitcoin, bought for 54 billion at the average price of $76. At the latest drops marks the first time since 2023 that Bitcoin price has fallen below its cost basis. As of right now, I just did the homework. He is 900 million in the hole right now. Now, and the reason why I'm interested in this is because as a CEO, as a founder, you're always faced with situations. And I know he wasn't being, it sounded condescending when I was saying that. I wasn't. I was really just asking my people like, hey, bro, y'all good? Because I know how it is. And here's why I was saying it. Because I know how it is when the stock market red. Everybody got something to say. You know what I'm saying? So I was just asking my people like, hey, how y'all feel? 'Cause I know a lot of people that's like bullish on it. So I'm just like, hey, how y'all feeling? What's good? So as of right now, he's $900 million in the hole on this. Now, again, it's unrealized gains. It's a paper loss. And I'm really interested to see what he does and how he pivots, because now his position is red. And I really want to see, you know, how he navigated and how he maneuvers, because your company is actually on the line. You know what I'm saying? Smoking the best, say, how's your options going, my boy? Shit, we just showed up. We did 130,000 a day. I just showed it. We did 130,000 a day. So shit, I think that's a pretty good day. You know what I'm saying? I do got some down plays, like Meta down about 80,000 and Palantir down about 40,000 and Goldman Sachs probably down about 20,000. But still did 130,000 a day, so I ain't mad. I mean, you can rewind it a little bit and check it out. It's called Recession Portfolio. You can check it out and come back. So I want to see, man. I want to see what he, and some information came out today that said he was, and I want to see because every CEO, every founder of a business, you gotta make decisions and you gotta make choices that, you know, that your company depend on. And so I want to see what he do, man. I want to see how he navigate this space. I want to see if he just keep talking shit, or I want to see if he, you know, do some extra moves, or if he gonna just stand 10 toes down. So I'm interested in seeing that, and not even from a bad perspective, from a really like, I'm interested to see how a CEO with a company this big navigates and does this. So that's interesting. So let's go a little further. All right, so IMF sounds the alarm. This was good. What if the dollar cracks? The IMF, in case you don't know that, you need to look what that is. The International Monetary Fund is now stress testing scenarios where investors rapidly dump the US dollar-dominated assets. A contingency plan triggered by the dollar's 9% loss. Slide since 2025. Rising policy uncertainty and a record holding prices. A sudden dollar sell-off could send treasury yields soaring, hammering US stocks and bonds, and spark global vitality. Portfolios heavily centered in US assets face the greatest risk, while gold and other safe haven assets could strengthen even further. This is interesting to me. Now, I want to back this up with the fact that China just asked the world a serious question. Right? China just asked the world, could they be the new world currency? Right? So let's show them the slide. Right? So China just asked the world this, but let's show them, yep. So China just asked the world, right? China wants the yuan to be the world's reserve. China wants the yuan to be the world reserve currency. Now, this is important because I was talking about something earlier, and I said, Right now, we watching America and China. We watching China be aggressive, and we watch America play defense. So you notice that everything Trump is doing is counter moves to China. That could be good, that could be bad, just depending on how you look at it. But China's definitely repositioning themselves. And they are building alliances through a lot of people. And in building those alliances, what they're also doing is gaining strength. And so somebody say, how did he act? The same way that America did it. We wasn't the world reserve currency at first. We had to go to the IMF and the rest of the world and say, hey, we want to be the world's currency. We want to be the world's new reserve. We had to ask that, and we had to position ourselves as such. And so China doing the same thing. And I'm not going to lie. While I do think that people don't trust them, I do think they have a valid fight on their hands.
Wait, so you think they can actually like replace the dollar, like for the reserve currency?
I'm not saying they can replace it right now.
Okay. I was saying, how long does that take?
But what I am saying is, they got an argument. I am saying they got an argument. And I'm not saying that they got an argument because people don't trust the yuan, but people not trusting the dollar right now. And all you need is a little skepticism. You feel me? You're talking about a dollar that has lost 81% of its value since 1981. You're talking about a dollar that lost 10% last year and is down another 8% this year. You're talking about America does have more gold reserves than anybody else, but what happens is you have these other countries that's buying gold, buying mines, so they stacking up as well. You also have America that has more debt than it has gold. So even if we sold all our gold, we still have more debt. And so, I'm not saying they gon' get it, but remember, all you need is an opening. And so right now, China can say, all right, listen, here's who we manufacture for. Here's where we have infrastructure at. We don't have a GDP like America. We're the second biggest GDP in the world next to America. We don't have as much debt as America. And this is how much gold we have to back our dollar. Our military is not as big as them, but we are the second biggest. And so you don't got to fight for America to be you got to go to the people. And all you got to do is present a case. It ain't like you go to war and then say, no, we keeping it. No, you go to them people right there. You go to that board and you say, hey, I'm presenting a case to say, hey, I want us to be the new reserve currency. And here's the facts that I have behind it.
And we can't really fight our case either. I mean,
you can. You can always fight your case. You can say, yeah, I got the debt, but here's how much gold I have. Here's the economy that we have. We do have the largest economy in the world. We do have that. We have the largest military in the world. We can do some things. We can say, hey, you want to take it? Let's go to war. You can't say that. But then when you have the IMF saying, hey, we need a contingency plan because the American dollar is sliding so much, that means there's doubt right there. And when there's doubt right there, that means what's the other option? That's all I'm saying. So when I think about China and the yuan, I'm like, maybe you gotta.
what happens if they become
you don't want to be in that America?
As soon as that happens?
Well, I'm going to just say this. We don't know the America that ain't the big dog. No matter how much people say this, that, talk this, that about America, you don't know the America that's not a big dog. You walk around with what's called American exceptionalism, thinking that because you from America, you know, you calling everybody else third world countries and because you from America. You don't know the America that's not that. You feel me? You don't know that America. You don't know that America. That's a different America. That's a different America. You go anywhere in the world and you almost know for sure that your dollar is good in most places in the world. Sometimes you don't even worry about exchanging your bread unless you go to Europe and they're like, hey, bro, nah, we want the pound. Now you got to do that. You know, you used to going where your dollar is like, hey, blah, blah. They're like, nah, what is that trash? You feel what I'm saying? So, you don't know that America. And as much as, and I never understood Americans that be rooting for other countries. In my mind, just leave America. I promise you, you're gonna see yourself in I just saw a lady do it. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna go into let's go to the next one. But I was on my Instagram the other day, man. I found this couple, man. Beautiful couple, man. And they just moved to the Philippines. No, not the Philippines. Where that place everybody be going? Thank you, Bernard. They just moved to Thailand. I said, well, that's interesting. But you could do a lot in Thailand with American money. They got a nice house. I ain't gonna lie, I found myself going down a rabbit hole. I'm like, damn, that look nice. She got 3 kids, her and her husband. No, she got 2 kids, her and her husband. They've been married. She met him as an Uber driver. They've been married. They living in Thailand. I'm like, dang. They got a nice house. They got a pool. You know you ain't getting no pool in America on no Uber driver salary. Come on. Schooling the kids. Nice house. I say, dang. That's a hell of a trip to come back and forth. That's a 27-hour trip. You must really like Thailand. But guess what? You ain't got the risk dying of cancer. Come on, George. You can eliminate that. You good. Would you move? I'm not gonna lie, bro. I did tell myself at a certain age and at a certain place in my life, I would be open to moving out of America. I would be open to moving out of America. At a certain age in my life, at a certain point in my life, I would be open to saying, bro, like, I'm willing to move out. For no other reason than I just believe that it gets harder and harder to medically take care of yourself with everything they putting in the food. That's the only reason. It's the only reason. You can fight it at a certain age because you got, but once you get like at a certain age, you're like, bro, like I can't even eat this because everything I eat is put me at risk. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna lie. I in my mind, I said like at a certain point in my life, I'm on a serious run right now, bro. I want to buy some laundromats right now, bro. I want to buy some car washes right now, bro. I want to get some real estate right now, bro. At a certain age in my life, I'm willing to step away, bro, and say, hey, I'm good. I had a good run in America. I'm gone. I can make my money from the market. Might even learn how to trade Forex. Shit, I don't know. Might even learn how to trade Forex. You feel me? I figure it out. Once I master the chart, I master the chart. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, bro. Anyway, let's go a little further, man. All right, Trump said the dollar is doing great despite a 10% loss. Trump said the dollar is doing great despite 10% losing its value. He said this, a weaker U.S. dollar can deliver key economic advantages. It aligns with the looser financial conditions and potential Fed rate cuts, easing borrowing and spurring investments, right? It drives higher GDP growth through boosted exports and inflation effects, right? It supports rising asset prices, especially for multi-nations and commodities. It enhances exports and competitiveness, helping narrow trade deficit. Finally, it makes servicing the massive government debt easier and eroding its real value via inflation and nominal revenues. Now, let me say this. Contrary to popular demand, he does have a point. All right, let me say it again. I know y'all ain't gonna believe me. Y'all gonna be like, Trap, you done agree with this nigga twice in one show. You skating on thin ice. All right, hear me out. Trap, you done agree with him twice on one show. You skating on thin ice. Hear me out. A weaker dollar 100% beats the hell out of us. It beats us on groceries. It beats us on rent. It beats us on bills. It beats us on them dang on credit card interest rates that they have on us. A higher dollar whoops us on a weaker dollar whoops us 100%. But let me give you another angle that might be kind of interesting. Hear me out. America has $38 trillion in debt. A weaker dollar now, watch me here, a weaker dollar now makes it easier to pay that debt down because now that debt that you owe isn't the same. Because the dollar is weaker. So now it's easier to pay the debt down. Now, will they pay the debt down? I have no idea. Will they pay down the $38 trillion? Again, I have no idea. But a weaker dollar makes it easier to service the $38 trillion that we are now paying $2 billion a day on.
How does it make it easier?
I'm glad you asked. Because now the interest on the debt is cheaper.
Go on a little bit. Go on.
Because the dollar, so a stronger dollar makes the debt higher and harder to pay.
Because of how valuable the dollar is. Okay.
Because it's weaker, it's easier to service it. Secondly, watch this. A weaker dollar means now, watch this, companies that do a lot of export. I dropped a video on this on YouTube. Companies like Caterpillar, companies like Boeing, right? Companies that do watch this. Boeing has 70% of his products, it goes to people outside of America. Companies like Caterpillar, 65% of their products go outside of America. So what happens if the dollar gets weaker? It means that now I can now transfer my foreign money into cheaper US dollars and buy US manufactured, US equipment at a cheaper price because the dollar isn't stronger. It's weaker. You with me right now?
I think I saw, but.
All right, walk with me. Walk with me.
All right.
Watch this. So watch this. Let's say you got your own currency, the Sean dollar.
Okay.
I got mine, the Trap dollar.
All right.
Right? Because my dollar is weaker, watch this, now it used to be where one of your dollars, one of my dollars, I won't say it the right way, one of your dollars probably bought two of my dollars.
Okay.
But because my dollar is weaker, one of your dollars now gets 5 of my dollars.
Okay.
So now I can go get 5 of your dollars for 1 of my dollars and buy your products, convert my money to your money and get your stuff cheaper. Let's go. I like that. Because if you saying that means there's people that's saying that. Right? This. All right. So think about this. When you go to Thailand,
I was about to say, yeah.
you can use one American dollar and get a bunch of stuff in Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with a weaker dollar, it's the reverse.
Okay. So,
There you go.
okay.
So if I got a currency that's stronger than the dollar, I can now get more stuff with my dollar, but I also got to convert it into US dollars to buy it. So now I get more bang for my buck. And I'm just using that as an example. I can take one of my dollars and get 10 US dollars and then take the 10 US dollars and get the US equipment shipped over here. It's still cheaper.
And then I can make a profit on that.
And now I go make the profit over here. So what does that do to assets? So companies that's in America, right? Watch this. So companies that's in America that now sell overseas, when they report earnings, because they got more American dollars coming in from revenue, what happens to them on the market? Stocks go up. Why? Because they generated more revenue in American dollars. They generated more profit in American dollars. So now assets that do a lot of exporting, now their stock can go up because they have more revenue, more profit, even with a weaker dollar. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Okay.
Walk with me now. Walk with me now. Walk with me now. Right? So here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we don't get whipped on it. I'm saying that what he said is like, I see you. But we feel that right here. But here's what we got to think about this. When have we ever known a country to take care of us? Somebody say, what does that have to do with GDP? I'm glad you asked. Guess what happens now? Now the export rate does what? Go up. Why? Because now you have more people from overseas saying, I'm going to buy the cheap stuff in America. So now that sends GDP up. Come on. I was waiting on somebody to ask me the question. So that's what happens with GDP. So now when they start making reports about GDP, you start being like, man, I know that. You start being like, bro, that GDP can't be growing like that. How that GDP growing like that? And I still feel it because the GDP now is saying, hey, imports are coming in now because people are now buying what? American product. That's why it's going to be good for trade. Now, again, does it slap the piss out of us as American consumers because now we need more money to pay our rent. We need more money to buy everyday stuff. Right? So it does affect us, but we got to remember we live in a world of the have and the have-not. So you got to think about this. You got somebody in office who only going to work for the who? The haves. Somebody say, in other words, robbing for the poor to give to the rich. When have they not done that? I have never known that not to be the case in America. America don't make much stuff. That's where you wrong at. That is where you wrong at. America actually makes a lot of stuff. We just don't produce as much as China. America makes a lot of stuff. A lot of it. Now, do they get parts from other places? Of course, everybody does. But America actually makes a lot of stuff. Especially, watch this, machinery and heavy equipment, airplanes, tanks. People really come to America for them things. Like defensive equipment, artillery, guns, tanks, helicopters, stuff like that. People really come. Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon. What do you think the people come here for? People come here for guns. Why? We make guns. Let's go a little further, man. Tractor Supply, That's what America does. I think people don't realize that how much stuff America really do make. That's why when you go on certain jobs, especially as a construction worker, they be like, bro, all we want is made in America stuff. We under the impression that we don't produce stuff. That's false. America produces a lot of stuff. But what happens is we get a lot of parts from other countries for stuff that you make here. That's a big difference from saying that America don't make nothing. No, America makes a lot. You ain't never know, you driving on the interstate, be like, damn, who that big ass manufacturer over there? I'm gonna put your ass out next time. That's third time. You feel me? Like America make a lot of stuff. When you go see them car factories, America make a lot of stuff. But we don't make as much as China. Because they became the world's manufacturer. There's two different things. Stop thinking that America don't make nothing. They make a lot. They make a lot. All right, let's go a little further, man. Why America can't afford the world anymore? Let's dig into it, man.
The real reason Trump is breaking the world, because the world that exists cannot support America anymore. This isn't ideology, it's math. The post-1945 system was built when America produced, America manufactured, America exported. Today, America consumes, America borrows, America finances. The old order only works if the center is strong. It isn't. Trump understands something elites don't admit. The US can no longer afford to be the shock absorber of the world. So he's not trying to fix the system. He's trying to crash it on his terms. Every alliance he weakens. Every institution he undermines. Every trade rule he breaks. That's not madness. That's preemptive abandonment. Because when the system finally fails, and it will, the country still playing by rules will collapse first. Trump wants America to be unpredictable, unanchored, uncommitted. Why? Because predictable empires get bled slowly. Unpredictable ones get paid quickly. This is why he hates multilateralism. Because multilateral systems force the strong to subsidize the weak. This is why he attacks NATO. Because NATO is an insurance policy America can't afford anymore. This is why he weaponizes tariffs. Because trade used to be mutual. Now it's leverage extraction. This is why he treats war zones like balance sheets. Because reconstruction is one of the last remaining profit pools. Here's the part nobody says. Trump isn't destroying the world, he's disconnecting America from the cost of holding it together. And that terrifies everyone. Because deep down they know he's exposing a truth. The global order was never moral. It was affordable. And it isn't anymore. So Trump's strategy is simple. Break it fast. Cash out leverage. Let others carry the rubble. History won't remember him as a lunatic. It will remember him as the man who ended the illusion early. And that's why the world looks like it's burning. Because it is.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. This was interesting because when I heard this, I was like, wait, kind of makes sense. Like, when you think about it, like, so we got to think about the way the world has been a certain way for so long. And then what happens is you start to think to yourself, if you're in a position of power, if we keep doing it this way, we can't win this game. And so then you start saying, let's break all the rules. Let's rewrite the playbook. Now, am I saying that this is correct? Hell no. Right? But I'm like, bro, like when you look at everything, think about this. Everybody that's saying what's going on is crazy is saying it's crazy based on what? The traditional rule book. You feel me? Nah, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying if you rewrite the rules, what happens? right? And so in order to reposition, and I'm saying this for real. I promise you, bro, you don't want the America that got to bow down to nobody else. That ain't the America that you used to. You ain't used to the, now I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to be real with you. I always use this analogy. When the last time you woke up one morning and you worried about getting bombed? Now think about this. We always talk about the taco trade, right? Watch what I'm about to say. How many countries have we seen him put under pressure? And they bowed out. Everybody gonna keep saying China, China, but him and China be going back and forth. But we done seen everybody else kind of like bow out. Canada, all right, we're not gonna do it. Europe, all right, we're not gonna do it. I'm just saying, how many times have we seen countries come to the table and say, all right, bro, let's talk. They get on the press conference. What he doing is not right. There's a better way for us to come to the table. Well, come to the table then. I'm just telling you what you had going on ain't gonna work. Come to the table. I'm just saying, when you take and you sit, again, do I think this dude is like a lunatic, bro? Like, I think he crazy. I don't know what he got going on in his brain. Do I think he is the right person to be president, bro? Probably not. But what I am saying is, how many people have we seen conform? And I'm not talking about everyday people. I'm saying, how many people have we seen him put pressure on and then they bow out on national TV? That's all I want to say. And so when you tie that in with the clip, I just ask myself, wait. That might make sense. And that's why I added the clip, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, that might make a little sense right there. Like, just break the system. Just break the system. Anyway, we just got to make money in the market and navigate it anyway. But anyway, let's go a little further, man. President Trump says interest rates will come down after Federal Reserve Chairman Powell is replaced. Let's go.
As possible. Despite that, we've driven rates down. You know, when you're really good, you can get them down despite everything, because ultimately it just sort of follows nature. Mortgage interest rates are now at the lowest level in 3 years, and new mortgage applications are up 30%. By the way, when we have a great Fed chairman, I think we're going to have one, I'll announce it pretty soon, you'll see rates come down a lot. And refinancings are up 100% compared to the end of the Biden term. Up 100%.
Somebody said, Taco, he's all talk. Here's my question to you, to the person that said that. Name a country that didn't bow down. When he told Canada, I don't care if you turn the lights off in New York, I don't care if you turn the lights off in Michigan, I'm putting them tariffs on you unless you do this. They came on TV and said, we don't care, we gonna do this, we gonna do this. I bet. Do it then. And what did they do? We got to deal with Mr. Trump. As a matter of fact, let me just show you right quick. Look at this. Canada's Prime Minister says he does not plan to sign a free trade agreement with China after President Donald Trump threatened 100% tariffs. I'm saying we see the same thing happen every time. I'm just saying. What he said, if you go do that deal over there, 100% tariffs. And what did they come out and say? They come out, we gonna do this and we gonna do that. All right, do it then. Show you what the 100% tariffs look like. And guess what happened? We not gonna sign the deal. We saw the EU. Oh, you wanna do that? We gonna go pull out some law that they only been pulled out 2 times in the EU history. Then what happened? We got a deal. So when you think about he's done this to at least 60 countries. Some kind of way a deal always get done. Some kind of way somebody come to the table and you wind up saying, damn, they got a deal done. Nah, you saying, for somebody that's saying he always talk, do you really want those tariffs to go in play? Now, people saying China didn't back down. I disagree. I seen China come to the table and say, hey, let's both of us make a deal. I'm gonna do this, you do that, we'll back off. Because what China said, Trump said 100% tariffs, they said 125%, Trump said 200% tariffs. And what did they say? I'm not going back and forth with you no more. That don't make no sense. This is absurd. And before we know it, what happened? They both was at the table. He don't gotta enforce it if somebody cutting the deal. Why would I enforce? Like, if I really want to just get you to the table to negotiate because I don't like what you got going on, if you come to me with a deal that I like, then I don't gotta enforce it. So somebody saying China was open for negotiation, but here's the thing, they wasn't open. This is the part that we missing. Nobody was up for negotiation until the tariffs. Everybody was simply saying, this the way it's been, this the way it's gonna stay. That's what everybody was saying. And everybody got on TV and was saying the same thing. We've been like this for 10, 15 years. This deal has been in place for 20 years. This deal has been in place for 30 years. This deal has been in place for 15 years. This deal is, and he was like, hey, check this out. 100%. 72%. 8,000%. And then what do you get? You get somebody that come to the table and say, we reached a deal. And at the end of the day, if all you want is a deal better than the one you had, does that now get you to the table? All right, let's go a little further, man. Certified Trap of the Week, man. Let's get to it, man. All right, so our Certified Trap of the Week is James Benton Parsons. James Benton Parsons was a pioneering American, just known for being the first African-American appointed to life tenure federal justice in the what? Continental United States. There we go. It was too small. Appointed by President John F. Kennedy in 1961, he served as the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Illinois for over 3 decades. Let's go, man.
James Benton Parsons, August 13th, 1911, June 19th, 1993, was a United States District Judge of the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois. He was the first African-American to serve as a judge in the U.S. District Court. Parsons was nominated by President John F. Kennedy on August 10th, 1961, to a seat on the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois, vacated by Judge Philip Lee O'Sullivan. He was confirmed by the United States Senate on August 30th, 1961, and received his commission the same day, becoming the first African-American to serve as a U.S. District Judge in a U.S. District Court. He served as Chief Judge from 1975 to 1981 and served as a member of the Judicial Conference of the United States from 1975 to 1978. James B. Parsons. Now, let's do this quote. This quote is actually from the first chapter of his unfinished autobiography. It's a transcript from a recording. I remember lying on the floor every week with a coal oil lamp and reading a newspaper called Chicago Defender. Chicago Defender newspaper, reading about people like myself. We were called colored people then. There were pictures of them getting in and out of automobiles with chauffeurs in Chicago, beautiful mansion houses in which they lived, magnificent attire, parties, all of these social pictures, social pages, every much like the things you read about in the literature of the period. I didn't see any of that in Decatur. With the 58,000 people in Decatur, there were only 1,800 of my race there. We didn't see that group together very much at any one time.
We got some legends. Every time we do this Trap of the Week, bro, I just get to figure out more legends that we have, man. Let's go a little further, man. All right. Zero tariffs. Zero drama. Almost. India cuts United States tariffs to zero. Halts Russian oil. U.S. lowers 25% India tariffs to 18%. This deal is initiated by President Trump following a call with the Prime Minister involving India reducing tariffs on American goods, with the U.S. removing additional penalty tariffs for Indian goods related to Russian oil. What he told India: stop buying Russian oil. Stop buying Russian oil.
Got that iron fist.
Let's go a little further, man. Let's go a little further. All right. Project Vote. Now, this one is big. This one is big. Let's get the lights up, y'all. Let's get the lights up, y'all. Now, this one is big. This one is big. Trump wants a $12 billion rare earth stockpile, which he just signed, to counter China. It's called Project Vote. These are the 5 stocks that could benefit. The plan uses about $1.7 billion for private companies, plus another $10 billion from U.S. government loan to secure critical minerals that the U.S. relies on. China roughly controls 90% of global rare earth.
For years, American businesses have risked running out of critical minerals during market disruptions. Today, we're launching what will be known as Project Vault, to ensure that American businesses and workers are never harmed by any shortage. We don't want to ever go through what we went through a year ago. Just as although it did work out, thank you. Just as we have long had a strategic petroleum reserve and a stockpile of critical minerals for national defense, we're now creating this reserve for American industry, so we don't have any problems. This historic initiative will combine $10 billion in export-import bank financing with $2 billion in private sector financing, and we even expect the American taxpayer to make a profit from the interest on the loan used to start the Project Vault. It's an amazing thing. They've been talking about it for years. Other presidents did a lot of talking, but they didn't do anything.
So this is why we saw rare earths go up, because of this. Now remember, China is smart, right? Remember, China is smart. China, while the rest of the world was doing other stuff, China focused on what? Rare earth minerals, rare earth processing, building whole factories out, right? And so they played the long game with the world. So China played the long game with the world, which was very, very smart. They played a long game with the world because a lot of people got off of the rare earths. 1, because it cost a lot of money. 2, you got to have skilled people. 3, to build that whole process out for infrastructure and all that. That's a lot, right? And so that was China's leverage for a long time. As they was building it out, as they became a processing giant, right? As they became a processing giant, now we have entered a world where AI needs silver. So here's the thing about rare earths. Rare earths are a lot of places. It's not the mining of the rare earths that's rare, it's the processing of the rare earths that's rare. And that's where companies like USAR and MP come in at, because they are domestic companies, right? That makes sense? Right, so that's what he does. I mean, that's what he does do when they look at. So this bill was a necessity, and this what made me think about with the silver play. So remember, January the 1st, China restricted silver. Right, China restricted silver because why? They use a lot of silver. Now remember, silver is a byproduct of gold. It's a byproduct of copper. It's a byproduct of a lot of other stuff. So silver isn't a thing itself. It's a byproduct of other minerals. And so China is the #1 processor of rare earth and of silver. Right? And so because we didn't do it at one time, that wasn't a thing. But this is how AI is bringing so much stuff to importance. I'm going to tell you what's crazy. You never thought about how important a magnet was. You don't even think about you don't even think about how important a magnet is. But guess what? Nothing that you have can exist without a magnet. I can promise you the world ain't laughing at us. Anybody who say the world laughing at us, the world's, they ain't laughing at America. I can promise you that. Right? So you've never thought about how important a magnet is. But without magnets, you don't have nothing that you use. Your refrigerator got magnets in it. Your microwave got magnets in it. Your car got magnets in it. Your laptop got magnets in it. Your cell phone got magnets in it. Everything you use got magnets in it.
Wait, so all magnets, are they all made of like silver or no?
No, magnet is something in itself. Magnet is not got nothing to do with silver. Okay. Magnet is another thing in its own.
Yeah.
But it's a rare earth.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Okay.
Right? You've never thought about that. You've never thought about it. You feel me? And so what happens is you need that processing in America. And so now this money is going to fund like companies like MP, CRML, USAR, companies like that going to really be important as we go into this next. So this is not financial advice, but I don't mind and that's why I say I might get out of my USAR play, because I own 3,000 shares of it. So I don't got to be in an option that I own 3,000 shares of. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's go a little further. All right, here we go. Iranian drone shot down by the U.S. forces. So the U.S. military shot down Iranian Shahid, a 139 drone Tuesday after it aggressively approached the USS Abraham Lincoln approximately 500 miles from Iran's coast and Arabian Sea. An F-35C fighter jet destroyed the drone in self-defense after it continued toward the carrier despite de-escalatory. I was trying to get it. I had to make sure I saw it, because I said, wait a minute, that hype caught me off guard. Right? De-escalatory measures with no U.S. casualties or equipment damage. Hours later, 2 Iranian Revolutionary Guard gunboats threatened to board the U.S. flag tanker in the streets of Hormuz, passing it 3 times at speed. The incident comes as President Trump wages military strikes against Iran while his special envoy prepares for diplomatic discussions with Iranian officials this week. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's real out here in the battlefield now. It's real out here in the battlefield now. Come on now. We shooting down drones now. I need this company KTOS to get up on its feet and fight. Because you a drone company. I need you to get up on your feet and fight. KTOS, because y'all make drones for the government. All right, let's go a little further, man. All right, Washington cracks the door open. This came out. This was good. Washington cracks the door open. The U.S. government is preparing a general license that will let American companies take part in a wider range of oil-related activities in Venezuela, such as lifting, exporting, selling, storing, and transporting crude. Under strict conditions, this marks a shift from the previous case-by-case licensing system and reflects a broader policy move by Trump administration to revive Venezuelan oil sector and attract new investments. We going long on Chevron, Exxon, Valero. Let me tell y'all how scary George is. Let me tell y'all how scary George is. When I first dropped the news, now here's the thing, I will say this because George once worked in the refinery. So we kind of understand how this thing goes. It always is hard to produce. So when this news first came out, after the show, I dropped, he was like, damn, but that was some good information. So he went in his lab, he went home, he did the research, he came back, he said, hey, bro, I'm about to do a call on Valero. I said, bet. That sucker made $300 and got out the call. That was at 175. What is that right now? 190. What is that right now? VLO. 192. I said, cuz, what you got out to play for? Oh, man, I was scared. Sucker always gets scared, you heard me? And he was in the play early. Now he gone. Now he gone. Let me see. He was definitely in the play. Cuz you was definitely in the play around 170 something. You was in the play about 170 something. 175. 192. Come on, cuz. You got it. Come on, man. Damn. I wanted to see you get that W, cuz. Now every time I come in, he looking. Let's go a little further, man. What we got? Let's go, man. I like it, man. I like Valero, Exxon, Chevron. I told y'all beginning of the year. I like them. All right, the U.S. is reportedly, now this is good. This is good. The U.S. is reportedly considering HUD as a platform for proposed Trump accounts aimed at investing on behalf of children.
By age 18, you could have $303,000. By age 28, it's more than $1 million. If you do the maximum contributions, if you give no contributions, right, you're still shy of $6,000, which ain't nothing, and then $18,000 by age 28. You know, President Bush 43 pushed this idea about 25 years.
Nah. The video stopped? Thought they had more. Nah, here's what I will say. That may be a big push for Robin Hood. That may be a big push for Robin Hood. Because they say them Trump accounts are going to be popping, but I don't know how I feel about that, dog. Like, I don't know how I feel about that, Trump accounts, but just imagine like having 300,000 by 18, 1 million by 28. That ain't bad, bro. Anyway, let's go a little further, man. That still ain't gonna make me invest in Robinhood, though. Nah, let's start right here tonight. I want to end tonight with this one, man. The baby retirement boom begins. Watch this. JP Morgan Chase and the Bank of America will match the U.S. government's one-time $1,000 contribution to children retirement savings accounts for eligible employees. The latest corporations to announce such a measure. The so-called Trump accounts are part of a pilot program that deposits $1,000 from the U.S. Treasury into tax-advantaged accounts for eligible children born in the U.S. between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028. That's interesting. I would be eager to see how that plays out. You got a lot of companies say they donating to that. You got a lot of companies, I think a few companies, big companies said they was going to do 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. That's interesting to see how that works and how those Trump accounts build out. Why they got to be called Trump accounts, though? That would make me don't trust it. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Why you gotta put your name on it, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got my Trump account. Nah, bro. Like, once you make it, once it gotta be called a Trump account, I stop trusting it. I'm just being real. I feel like he got access to my money or something, you know? I feel like he could jack my kid or something, you heard me? Like, hey, I need that to go to war. What you mean?
Let me get that off your pocket.
You feel me? Let me get that out, you man. Hey, everybody who got the Trump account for 2025, 2026, I need all y'all money because I'm about to go to war with
He'd be like, I need your $1,000.
I need your 1,000. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Like, that's the only thing I don't like about it. Like, if it was called like I don't know, anything other than a Trump account, bro. That's what make me say, like, I'm straight, dog. I'm good, dog. I don't feel like it's mine. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's his. I feel like he's using us as a bonus. I feel like he's going to use it at some point for his advantage. He's just waiting on his moment. Like, yeah, I'm waiting till it gets to like 150 billion. I'm going with it. I got to move for it. All right, listen, y'all. We had to suspend the Trump accounts. We are at a strategic threat with Iran, and we need that money to give to U.S. companies to create bombs. And what we gonna say? Man, it was, nah, bro, I'm straight. I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. That's the only reason I feel like I can't trust it. Because when you tie your name to it, that means the first thing he can say is, it's in my name anyway. Come on.
No, because what if you log in and it's his face?
Come on. You know his face in there. As soon as you get on his face on there. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I'm straight. I'm straight. I'm straight. I'm straight. The fine print says, I can take it when I want. You don't read the fine print. The fine print says, in any case, watch this, me or my children. The fine print says, in any situation that me or my heirs need this for any type of emergency, we can use it at our discretion. At our discretion means they do what they want to do with it.
I'm a creative.
And I don't owe you nothing. I need that. Let me get that. Man, I had 100, 200,000. It's mine. Who name is on? Trump. Damn. I'm straight. I'm good on that. I want to put up one more before I go about Elon Musk. Then we got one more about Elon. Yep, so Elon is combining the rocket maker SpaceX with his artificial intelligence startup XAI as the merged entity gears up for a massive IPO. The deal was announced on Monday in a blog post from Musk, who said he's forming the most ambitious, vertically integrated innovation engine and on and off Earth, with AI rockets, space-based internet, and its X-Media platform. And then he said, we stopping the Model S car. Elon Musk said that the automaker is ending production on the Model S and the Model X vehicles and will use the factory in Fremont, California to build the Optimus humanoid robot. It's time to basically bring the Model S and X programs to an end with an honorable discharge. Musk said on the company's fourth quarter earnings call, if you're interested in buying a Model S and X, now would be the time to order. Elon, I'm gonna tell y'all something. China, BYD is whooping his butt with them Chinese cars. So here's a prime example of somebody pivoting. Hey, I had my run with Tesla. I'm gonna keep what I can. These models, I'm gonna scratch them out. I'm gonna merge them, IPO them, take them facilities, because they ain't really, and make the road. I'm going out of space with one. I'm going robot with the other. I'm going car right here. I'm going car, robot, out of space. I'm going autonomous car, robot, out of space. And I got my own social platform.
That boy playing chess on every level. That's crazy. Man.
Listen, you got to know when you lose in the game. So you know what? The BYD not over here. Thank you for that. But they over there. And they can't sell BYD over here. But I'm going to discontinue this Model S. I'm going to discontinue this Model, whatever, X. Discontinuing them actually helps me be more profitable as a car company. Come on, y'all ain't reading. If I discontinue them, it helps me be more profitable because now I only have a certain kind of car to sell. So now the menu don't got chicken, steak, lobster, egg rolls, fried rice, pot. The menu got fries. That's it. Fries. All we got is lemon pepper wings. We don't got hot honey. We don't got Parmesan garlic. We got lemon pepper. And no, you can't get all flats. Whatever we give you is what we got. That's it. That's it. So man, like, I think that's an amazing pivot. And I think the robots is what he putting all his attention to. Because you know why? With the cars, they already got that. They already got the models that they have running. So now all you got to do is do what? Make these robots and then do what? Go out of space. And he already went once. Come on, man. Catch up, Mustard. Come on, they sleeping. Catch up, Mustard. It's $1 trillion movie trying to make right here. Say, bro, and you know that likelihood of him being a trillionaire just went up to like 79%? The deal's still on the table for him.
Wait, there's a percentage of like his likelihood of becoming a trillionaire?
On the prediction markets. And I think it's like by 2028.
That's a flex in itself. The fact that you got a probability. That's crazy.
I want to talk about one thing before I go, man. Before we go, I want to talk about one more thing before I go. So we saw something with NVIDIA and OpenAI. And this has been a conversation that we've been having in the Patreon for a minute, and I think it's key. Trap, why we always got to catch up, Mustard? Come on, man. Catch up, Mustard. Why is this? So we had this conversation in the Patreon, but I had this conversation on Twitter one time. And I told people I was short. I told people, I think it's good to short Microsoft. And they was like, man, Microsoft got a lot of open AI. That's probably why they stock going down too. I'm gonna tell y'all something that people don't like. And I've been saying this because I can say this from I can still say this ninja never talk AMD. Why? What do you want me to say about AMD? We always talk about AMD. What you want me to say about AMD, fam? They blew earnings just not. I mean, they had a good earnings, but the stock is down by what? What the stock is down? Stock down $19 overnight. It was down $4 a day. It's down $19 overnight. It's up 1.9% year to date. What else you want me to say about it, bro? I don't like the balance sheet. I don't like the income statement. I don't like the cash flow statement. I think they bleeding money. What do you want me to say about it? Yep, they was up 90% last year, up 150% and 56% in 5 years. I don't like AMD. I don't like AMD. I've talked about them on here, but just because I don't like them, I mean I'm talking about it. They ain't done nothing worthy of me talking about. They ain't done. What have they done worthy of me talking about them this year? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Flush him because he in his feelings about AMD. Flush him because he in his feelings about AMD. Flush him. Yeah, get out of here, man. Get out of here. All right, so I had this conversation in the Patreon, and we had this conversation on Twitter. Here's my thing. Ginseng wine, no matter how they perform, it ain't his fault that the stock not performing well. He got blowout numbers. He got, great products and services. He's a great salesman. Right? He ain't built this company to a $4.3 trillion company for being dumb. Now, I'm not saying Sam Altman is a dummy. I think Sam Altman is brilliant. But you got to think of the hundreds of millions of dollars. Matter of fact, hundreds of billions of dollars that Sam Altman owed companies from OpenAI. Well, they only bring in $13 billion a year. Now, I ain't no fool. You ain't no fool. You ain't no fool. $13 billion is a lot of money. But when you owe this one $100 billion, this one $100 billion, and this one $100 billion, where you gonna get that from? What do you do with OpenAI to increase that revenue to bring that kind of money in? You feel me? Like, what do you do to So you give companies a piece of the brand, that's cool, but what do you do to bring that type of money in? Now, here's what I will say about it that was brilliant, and it's the same thing that happened to Tesla. When you don't only show in town, you can run the game. But when other shows start showing up, and that's what people didn't take into account. See, when people start saying, OpenAI gonna put Google out of business, I say, how? Google is one of the smartest companies that's ever run. They make great investments. They've been investing in companies forever. They just made $100 and something billion just off their Tesla investment, off the SpaceX investment. They made $100 and something billion that they invested in 2015. But also, you gotta think, bruh, with a company like Google that got so much money and a company like Google that put Yahoo Finance and these other companies on a, don't you think that they see the innovation coming and they gonna build it? And what did they do? Drop Gemini. And the minute they dropped Gemini, everybody was like, oh. Now here's what people don't realize. Gemini has about 40 million users. OpenAI has about ChatGPT has about 700 million users. But here's what you gotta realize. Watch what I say here. I don't need to have 700 million users like you. I just need to get into the market share to take market share away from you. Because if I take market share away from you, it's harder for you to generate bread. You need ChatGPT to generate a lot of bread. I don't need it. As a matter of fact, I can give Gemini away for free and get the data to do everything else I gotta do. And then they dropped the what? The nano banana thing, right? That competed with what? The images that OpenAI was doing. So everything you doing, I'm doing. But that's your keep. It's like somebody saying, yo, and I've used this analogy a million times, right? Like, you good at making burgers. This is how you make money, right? You make burgers to make money. But I make money off burgers, but I also have a movie theater and I also have such and some other things. So all I need the burgers is to do is just take a little bit of money from you because I'm making a whole bunch of money doing everything else that I do. That's Google. I don't need Gemini to be the most profitable part of my company. Because why? YouTube bringing in a whole bunch of money. Let's just start there. Ad revenue is bringing in a whole bunch of money. Alphabet is bringing in a whole bunch of money. Everything else that they do. And then they say, you know what, NVIDIA, guess what we're going to do too? Maybe we're going to make our own chips too. We ain't even going to use y'all chips no more. Wait, what? So you're talking about a company that's saying, yo, we won't be vertically integrated. And everybody who you think is a threat to us is actually not a threat. And we don't need to be the big dog at what they do. We just need to take a little bit of market share from them so that put them under pressure. That's why NVIDIA doing so many investments. They're like, hey, we're not a one-trick pony. But OpenAI, you a one-trick pony right now. You a one-trick pony right now. And so why you think somebody like Jensen said, you know what? That 100 billion? Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't putting 100 billion in you. Nah. You in bed with Microsoft, you in bed with Oracle, you in bed with Disney, you in bed, man, you ain't got no money to pay us, man. I'm straight. I'm gonna go invest my money somewhere else. Sometimes somebody say Gemini, they all be wrong sometimes. I done been on chat and they be wrong. They all be wrong. But here's the thing. You got chat, you got Gemini, watch this, you got Gronk. Right? And then you have Anthropic. Now, the thing about Anthropic is they about to go public. Now, what's going to happen is if Anthropic go public before, now you see Sam Altman trying to hurry up and go public now. Because if Anthropic go public before him, it puts way more pressure on. And you know why you go public? Because you need some money. Going public helps you get the free money to build the brand. You got Perplexity. You're not the only game in town no more. when you the only, and that what happened in 2023, he was the only game in town. The other ones was probably building up, but he was the big name. But then you start getting, then the big dogs start getting them. Like, what? Gemini? What? Gronk? You thought, dang, Elon got his whole network with the social media thing. X, he got Gronk. So now you got other brilliant people saying, hey, we can do this, we can do this. So now it's like, and I'm gonna let you know, let me know that I already was thinking it. But when my guy asked him on national TV, bro, you only bringing in, you owe 100-something billion. You only, how you gonna make that much money? He said, hey, I can sell your shares if you want. I was like, oh. Oh, that's your response. On national TV. I can sell your shares at $5 if you want. And the dude did it right. He was like, all right, I hear you. It's all good. But that let me know, like, how you gonna come up with that? You only make 13, and I'm saying that because I wish I made $13 billion a year. All right, 13 billion in revenue put me in a whole nother category. That's a whole lot of charting we doing over there, Rob. You feel me? That's a whole lot of charting we doing, dog. But when you owe hundreds of billions, AMD will crush Gemini. I don't know. And that's even better. If they crush Gemini, then that means that's more money not gonna go to ChatGPT. That makes my point. So that's my only thing about that, man. So I just don't know. I just don't know how ChatGPT. I think it's a great company at what it does. I think it's gonna keep getting better and better, but I just don't know how they come up with them hundreds of billions of dollars. But I'm not gonna doubt him. Because anything can happen. And so I'm gonna stop right there tonight, man. We got a dope YouTube we just dropped. Do we got the link for that? We got the link for the YouTube we just dropped on a personal page. Go check that out, man. Dope. YouTube just dropped, man. Thank y'all. That personal YouTube page got a lot of gems on it, man. We be dropping game on that personal YouTube page. Go get that. Yep, they ran off on a plug, man. They ain't getting that money back. Ain't nobody getting that money back. So check that out. We just put the link in for the episode we just dropped on the personal YouTube page. Go like that. Go share that. Go subscribe to the personal page, Wallstreet Trappin, if you haven't. We put a lot of game out. We drop about 4 to 5 videos a week. All game, no fluff. Straight game on helping you navigate what's going forward. Also, we about to put the link in there again. Register for the movie. Again, Friday and Saturday. We starting at 6:30 on. We doing it's free. It's no charge. There's no upsell when you come here. We're not trying to make you join nothing. It's free. It's our way of just saying, hey, come enjoy. Our house is your house. We opening up the house to everybody. Also, man, get your merch. Get your merch. Also, make sure you like and subscribe on this page. Also, make sure you go to Apple, Google, Spotify, where you check your wherever you get your podcast audio at. Other than that, come join the Patreon. We did our first chart class last week. Rob, we gonna do the trade order this week, bruh. Probably do the trade order this week. If you're in that elite execution lab, do our trade order this week. So that's gonna be this week. And then next week, we're gonna have our regular Q&A. So come join, man. We got many ways to teach you and educate you. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Episode 179. Think about that, man. We 21 episodes away from 200, bro. God damn. I love y'all, man. Without y'all, this ain't even possible, man. All right, man. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trappin. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out.